Yes, guys. Now we will get into the fourth chapter, which talks about exemptions. See, as per my study material, I have swapped the chapter 4 and 5 because actually, as per ICM material, first place of supply is there, then exemption. But I have swapped between them. First, I would be covering exemption and then place of supply. Now, coming to exemptions, guys, most of the students they feel it difficult, sir. Too much list is there. So let me skip this chapter. No, guys, please don't do it. Actually, it is easy. Even if you just have an idea about the list, you can answer the question because most of the int will be given in the question itself. Even if you just have a fair idea about what and all is covered, aram say you can answer. Few exemptions only here and there. Monitor limits are there, like 1,000, 10,000, 1,50,000 and all. Those things you have to remember. Rest of the things, if you just have an idea about the list also, you can answer the questions. So please don't skip this chapter is what I suggest. Okay. Coming to exemptions, guys, exemptions under GST is given in section 11 of CGST Act. Same is covered in section 6 of IGST Act. Whatever is exempt under CGST Act, same thing is covered under IGST Act plus few more things. But that few more things is not a part of your syllabus, guys. Power to grant exemption from GST has been granted by Section 11 of CGST Act and by Section 6 of IGST Act. State GST laws also contain identical provisions granting power to exempt SGST. It is important to note that exemption under GST may be provided in any of the following manner. Means there are four category of exemptions, guys. What are those? First one, exemption to notified activities or transaction. Means here the exemption is activity based. Anyone performing that activity will enjoy the exemption. No matter who is the supplier, who is the recipient. They're telling if you, for example, charitable activities provided by charitable institution is only exempt. Correct? So there they are clearly told who should be the supplier. So now agricultural activities done by anyone is exempt. So is it activity based? Yes. So if anyone doing that activity, they will enjoy the exemption, guys. Okay. Sometimes exemption is provided in respect of specified activities or transactions. Consequently, the status of the supplier or the recipient becomes immaterial. Exemption to specified suppliers means here exemption is given only to the following suppliers. For example, they have given few exemption only for the services supplied by government. Only if government is a supplier, they enjoy the exemption. At times, exemption is given to specified suppliers only. Here, the status of recipient becomes immaterial. Exemption to specified recipients. Okay, now they're telling only if the following people are recipients, they enjoy the exemption. Same way, guys, there are some list of services where government is a recipient, they enjoy the exemption. Means as a supplier, they will not be liable to pay GST. So obviously, the recipient as a government will also enjoy exemption. Why, sir? Because when supplier is liable to pay GST, from whom will he collect it? From the recipient. So when supplier is enjoying the exemption, for whom it is a benefit? Even for recipient. Yes. Exemption to specified recipients. That is, in some cases, exemption is given to specified recipients only. Here, the status of supplier will not matter. Next, exemption to specified suppliers and specified recipients. Sometimes exemption is given only when activities or transactions are carried out by specified suppliers for specified recipients only. For example, services given by educational institution to students is exempt. So who is supplier? Who should be the recipient? Both they are telling. So this exemption can be enjoyed only if both are covered, guys. Oh, power to grant exemption is given to the government under section 11. 11 will not give you the list of the services which is exempt. 11 is just giving the power to the government. Using this power, government has notified few goods and services. Subsection 1, where the government is satisfied that it is necessary in the public interest. They cannot do it in their own interest, public interest. It may, on the recommendation of the council, by notification, exempt generally, either absolutely or subject to such condition, goods or services or both, from the whole or any part of the tax. Now, sir, when government want to exempt anything generally, general exemption we call it as, they will do it only by way of notification. They can also give some special exemption in exceptional cases. That exemption they will give only by way of special order. For that, the power is given in subsection 2, guys. Where the government is satisfied that it is necessary in the public interest, it may, on the recommendation of the council by special order, in each case, under circumstances of an exceptional nature, exempt the payment of tax, any goods or services or both. Okay, is that clear? General exemption can be given through what? Notification. Whereas special exemption can be given through special order. Now, whenever government release either the notification or whenever the government release a notification or special order telling it is exempt, they can also explain it, guys. They can also explain it, and explanation will always be through notification. Now, listen here. Sir, government has already given an exemption from 1st June 24 telling the following goods or services is exempt, and government has 1 year time to give explanation. So from 1st June, they have 1 year time to give the explanation. Assume, guys, they gave the explanation on 1st January 25. The explanation for this exemption was given on 1st January. From when will the exemption have effect? 1st June or 1st January? 1st June itself. 1st June itself. The date the original notification or special order is notified, guys. Sir, can they add explanation in this notification or special order only? Yes, they can add explanation here itself. Or else they can also give it within 1 year. They can also give it within 1 year, guys. Yes, sir. Sunday missing, Monday late coming. Subsection 3. The government may, if it consider necessary or expedient so to do, for the purpose of clarifying the scope or applicability of any notification or order issued, insert an explanation. So they can insert an explanation in such notification or order as the case may be by notification at any time within 1 year of issue of notification or order, and every such explanation shall have effect as if it had always been the part of the first such notification or order, as the case may be. First notification or order means what? The notification or order through which the exemption was notified, guys. The exemption was notified. Now explanation is telling, guys, as a supplier, if I am enjoying any exemption, can I collect tax from the recipients? No, 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 I cannot. When my outward supply is exempt, I cannot collect any taxes from my recipient. Now assume, guys, that actual tax rate applicable for my goods is 12%. Now government has given me 50% exemption. They have told because only pay 6%. Now how much I can collect from the recipients? Only 6%. Sir, anyway rate applicable for me is 12%. I will collect 12%, keep 6% in my pocket. Remaining 6% I will remit it to the government. No, no, you cannot do it. But in India till now they have not given any exemption for rate. They have given for goods or services only. Clear. But in the explanation, they have told you cannot collect the tax more than what is applicable for you. If it is partly exempt, collect only what is taxable portion, not the full. Okay. Section 6. Section 6 of IGST Act also contains similar provisions and exemptions of IGST, which is granted on interstate supply. Whatever list we will see here, everything is exempt even under IGST Act, plus few more items with respect to import and export. The absolute or unconditional exemption is mandatory in nature. Means if they have given any absolute or mandatory exemption where I need not satisfy any condition, I have to enjoy it. I cannot deny it. I cannot reject it. Whereas if there is any conditional exemption and all, sir, if I want, can I follow it? Yes. Simply violate the condition. Automatically you will only not become eligible. Because it is conditional. Only if you satisfy certain conditions, you will be eligible for exemption. Sir, is it voluntary or mandatory? Voluntary. Next, exemptions under GST, guys. Exemption or exempt supply is defined under GST law, which is important. Exempt supply has been defined as supply of any goods or services or both which attracts a nil rate of tax or which may be wholly exempt from tax and therefore includes non-taxable supply. And includes non-taxable supply. Come on. Exempt supply includes three things. What are those? Nil rated supply, wholly exempt supply, non-taxable supply. Sir, now what is non-taxable supply, sir? They are defined in 278. Non-taxable supply means a supply of goods or services or both, which is not leviable to tax under CGST Act or IGST Act. Means they are completely outside the GST. Exempt is, it is covered under GST, but tax is not applicable because it is exempt. But non-leviable is not like that, or non-taxable is not like that. Example also I have given. Okay. Thus, under GST, a supply not liable to tax is also included within the purview of exempt supply. What are those non-taxable supplies, sir? Supplies not liable to tax are alcoholic liquor for human consumption, specified petroleum products, namely petroleum crude, high-speed diesel, motor spirit, commonly known as petrol, natural gas, and aviation turbine fuel, that is PhD man gas. Okay, so now coming to the list. Goods which are exempt from tax. Under GST, everyday items used by the common man have been included in the list of exempted items, such as unbranded atta, maida, besan, unpacked food grains, milk, eggs, curd, lassi, and fresh vegetable. These are some of the goods. But now, sir, what is important for us from exam point of view? List of services, guys. List of services which are exempt. And please be careful, whenever you are answering the question on exemption, you have to give reference to section 11 of CGST Act, read with notification. Read with notification. Why, sir? Because exemption list is given in notification. But to release notification by the government, who gave the power? Section 11. Section 11. So whenever you are answering the question with respect to exemption, guys, start your answer like this. Means the provision explanation. As per section 11 of CGST Act 117, read with notification. And sir, can I remember notification number? See, I have given it here. If you can remember, mention that also. If not, read with notification is enough. Okay. Notification number 12 bar 2017, Central Tax Rate dated 28th June 2017, herein after referred to as notification, unless otherwise specified, as exempted the various services wholly from GST, that is CGST. Exemption from IGST has been granted to various services wide notification number 9 bar 2017, integrated tax rate dated 28th June. All the services which are exempt under CGST is also exempt under IGST, plus few more services, guys. Okay. But what is exempt under IGST is not a part of your syllabus. That is the additional services. Okay. Chalo, we'll start with the list. List is bit lengthy but easy. Very easy. Chalo. Each of the entries of exemption notification has been discussed below. Guys, see, the list, most of them are very easy. But wherever any explanation is required, I will be explaining. Clear? Because as I told you, even if you just have an idea about the list, it's more than enough, guys. And observe the question. If you just read the question, already you will get a hint what is the answer. You will already get an hint what is the answer, but you have to explain it. You have to explain it. Yes, sir. We'll go through the question. We will do the questions also later. Services related to charitable and religious activities. Entry number 1. Guys, I have arranged all the services in category wise. I have not arranged it in entry wise. I have arranged it category wise. Okay. Services by an entity registered under Section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961 by way of charitable activities. I have given note 1, 2, 3 for it for some explanations. What is it? Services provided by an entity registered under Section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961 by way of advancement of religion, spirituality, yoga are exempt as such activities are covered in the definition of charitable activities, guys. Any religion, okay? Next, second note. Activities of schools, colleges, or any other educational institution run by charitable trust. Please be careful. Charitable trust has to be registered as per what? 12AA of income tax. By way of education or skill development of abandoned, orphans, homeless children, physically or mentally abused persons, prisoners, or persons over the age of 65 years or above, residing in rural area. Important. See, here there is a age limit. Please be careful. There is another entry where they will give one more exemption for them. But here only 65 or more. Residing in rural area will be considered as charitable activities, and the income from such supplies will be wholly exempt from GST in the hands of charitable trust. Third one. Sir, what along with education, they're also providing hostel facilities. They provide many of the charitable activities. So if you guys are aware of some many matas, clear? So they take care of the children along with accommodation and food. Along with accommodation and food. Hostel accommodation services provided by trust to students do not fall with the ambit of charitable activities as defined above. So hostel is not a part of charitable. Is education a part of charitable? Yes, but not hostel. Okay. However, Accommodation service in hostels, including such services provided by the trust having below 1000 rupees per day. 1000 rupees per day is exempt under entry 14, not entry 1, no. Entry 14. Separate entry is there. Clear? First of all, guys, listen. Sir, is hostel a part of charitable? No. But for hostel facilities, is exemption provided? Yes, entry 14. Only if it is less than 1000 rupees per day. Sir, they charge per month, sir. Yes, into number of days you do. Assume 30 days in a month. So it should be less than 30,000. Less than 30,000, guys. Hope you guys got it in a month. Obviously, they charge monthly and all, not day. But here exemption is given per day, guys. Okay, so let us move forward. 13. Services by a person by way of conduct of religious ceremony. Guys, this priest and all, they conduct lot of pujas, homas and all. For that we pay. Correct. Now means we may get it done at our home or maybe temple or any other hall. In that case, whatever we pay them, the fees, is it taxable for them under GST? No, fully exempt. Fourth one. Fourth note. It can be inferred that the amount charged by whatever name called for the conduct of any religious ceremony is exempt from GST. Any religious ceremony. They are not naming it. Religious ceremonies are life cycle rituals, including special religious pujas conducted in terms of religious text by a person, so authorized by such religious text guys. Yes. So please be careful. Here, without any monetary limit, it is fully exempt. For here, there is no monetary limit. Okay. And whoever is doing it, you guys would be knowing it. Priest, or we call it as pujari, or a father in case of Christianity, or Molvi, all these people, whatever puja or procedures they conduct. And for that, if they get paid, sir, is it fully exempt under GST? Yes. Next, second one, has some monetary limit. Renting of precincts of a religious place meant for general public, owned or managed by an entity registered as a charitable or religious trust under section 12AA, or a trust or an educational institution registered under section 1023CV, sorry, 5, that is not V, 5, I got connected to me, or a body or an authority covered under section 1023BBA of the Income Tax Act 1961. Okay. See, if any rental income they are earning means, sir, of a religious place, especially when you guys, if you have visited any temple and all, you will be knowing. So within the campus of temple, sir, there will be a Kalyana Mandapam or marriage hall. Some people get hired for it and they get married there. Yes, sir. Obviously, they would have charged rent for it. See, some people offer it for free also, some temples and all. But what if they are charging, sir? Is it exempt under GST? Yes, up to some monetary limit. Then you guys would be seeing, especially not now, at least when you guys are child, when you go to the temples and all famous temples, so there will be lot of shops there. Amma, appa, you would have asked, get me this and that. Correct? Now, lot of items would be available there. So that is normally owned by whom? The shops are owned by the trust. Now they would have let it out. So whatever rental income they are earning, is it exempt? Yes, up to certain level. Up to certain level, guys. Yes. And sir, many of the religious place also will have rooms facility. Rooms facility. See, there will be two options. Don't tell me now. No, sir, I will not stay there. I will stay in a private hotel and all. That is left to you guys. Okay, but many of the famous temples, what I have observed, see, I know about temples, so I am connecting to it. So when we visit there, the trust or the temple, whoever is running it, the authority, they will also have their own rooms. So you can go get it on hire, use it for getting freshened or taking bath, and you can visit the temple. And will they charge the money for it? Yes. So in that case, is it exempt, sir? Yes, within a certain amount. Within a certain amount. So please be careful. All these three are owned and managed by a charitable trust or religious institute, and they're earning some rental income out of it. Is it exempt? Yes, but not fully. What is it? We will see. Some conditions, some monetary limit is there. However, entry B shall are not applied to renting of rooms where charges is 1000 rupees or more per day. Sir, if it is less than 1000, not taxable. 999, not taxable. 1000 or more, fully taxable. Next, renting of premises, community hall, Kalyana Mandapam or open area, and like where charges are 10,000 or more per day. Kalyana Mandapam. Renting of shops or other spaces for business or commerce where charges are 10,000 or more per month. Okay, guys, easy to remember. Everywhere 1000 or 10,000. Clear? Sir, per month is there, per day is there. You just imagine from your point of view. Now, if you are taking room, will you take the room for month, year and all, stay there only? No, per day. So limit is per day. Whereas Kalyana Mandapam, you will take it for month. Alle samsarana madbidana sir atlage. So it is for 1 or maximum 2 days. Correct, no, sir, depending upon the event. So it is 10,000 per day. Whereas shop, it is 10,000 per. Because shop rent and all, obviously, you will know, you will be charged per month. Yes. Because students might get confused there. Sir, 1,000 per month or per day na? 10,000 per month or per day na? See, as a customer, will you take it for 1 day or 1 month use? Okay, means if you are using that place, how long will you take it? Is it per day or per month? Accordingly, decide. Next, 60. Services by a specified organ. And please be careful, guys. Please be careful. These limits are only for B. For A, they may charge 10,000, 5,000, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore, whatever. Exempt. 60. Services by specified organization in respect of religious pilgrimage facilitated by the government of India under bilateral arrangement. Only two travel is covered here. Let us see. Note 5. As per entry 60, the services provided by Arch Committee and KMVN in relation to pilgrimage to Mecca and Kailas Manasha Sarovar will be exempt, guys, are not liable to GST. Only those two are exempt. Yes, sir. They are the only two which have been notified by the government. Then 80. Services by way of training or coaching in recreational activities relating to arts or culture by an individual. Only by individual. Who is providing it? Individual. Or sports by charitable entities registered under section 12AA or 12AB of Income Tax Act. Note 6. We have a note for it. Besides charitable activities, services provided by way of training or coaching in sports by a charitable entity registered under section 12AA of Income Tax are also exempt. Are also exempt. Let us move to the next list. Agriculture related services. Guys, you can connect it to section 10.1 read with 2.1a of Income Tax Act. Section 2.1a defines agriculture income under the Income Tax Act, and whatever is agriculture income from agriculture land used for agriculture purpose in India is exempt as per section 10.1. Yes, sir. Clear. Now also, even under GST, they have given some exemption. What are those? Entry 24. Services by way of loading, unloading, packing, storage or warehousing of rice. Rice. Specifically, they have covered rice. Rice is actually not agriculture produce. Paddy is, but rice is not. But here they have given the exemption by way of separate entry, guys, for rice. Next, 24A. Services by way of warehousing of minor forest produce. Minor forest produce will not include timber. Will not include timber because timber is major. Next, services by way of storage or warehousing of cereals, pulses, fruits, and vegetables are exempt. Then we have 54. 54 is bit lengthy. Entry 54. Services relating to cultivation of plants and rearing of all life forms of animals except horses. For horses, is it taxable? Yes. Guys, one more thing in exemption chapter. Wherever exemption is not available, because they would have told except to, excluding, go that to this on that. I would have highlighted that in red color. So red color denotes what, sir? Taxable. It denotes taxable. Whereas rest of the content, sir, is it exempt? Yes. Now please be careful. Listen. I am just giving you a hint. Wherever I would have given blue color, that means it is a limit. Okay, here actually I have used red color because they are not taxable. Sorry, they are not exempt. Clear? So if something is taxable, I would have highlighted in red color. And wherever exemption is available, maybe with some limit, I would have given it the limits. I would have highlighted in blue color, guys. But here, this limits I have given it in red only. But whereas in any other place, if it is limit based exemption, means if it is within 10,000 exempt, more than 10,000 taxable, then I would have given that limit in blue color. And wherever something is taxable, red color. Okay. Because when it is in the same color, students will get confused. Sir, except what is it? Is it taxable or exempt? It is taxable. For food, fiber, fuel, raw material or other similar products or agriculture produce by way of agricultural operations directly related to production of any agricultural produce, including cultivation, harvesting, threshing, plant production or testing. Supply of farm labor. Processes carried out at an agriculture farm, including means which are process or activities undertaken where in the agriculture farm, including tending, pruning, cutting, harvesting, drying, cleaning, trimming, sun drying, fumigating, curing, sorting, grading, cooling, or bulk packaging, and such like operations which do not alter the essential characteristics of agricultural produce but make it only marketable for primary market. Guys, this dialogue especially you can connect to income tax. There also I had told if you do anything which will make the agricultural produce ready for primary market, without altering it, what it is a part of agricultural activities. Here also they are talking about the same. Next, D. Renting or leasing of agro machinery or vacant land with or without a structure incidental to its use. Okay, means letting out of agricultural equipments. Next, loading, unloading, packing, storage, or warehousing of agricultural produce. Guys, here they are covered loading, unloading of agricultural produce. Sir, here they told rice. No, sir, rice is not agricultural produce. Even vegetable they have covered here separately. Please be careful. But that is for storage and warehousing. Clear? Yes. So please be careful. Agricultural produce means it is in pure agricultural crops. If you converted it into in another form, then that will not fall under agricultural produce, guys. Sugar cane, potato, tomato is an agricultural produce. But ketchup, chips, or sugar or jaggery is not an agricultural produce. If I have taken any loading, unloading service for loading of my potato exempt, loading of my chips, not exempt. Agricultural extension services by an APMC, guys, that is agricultural produce marketing committee or a board, or services provided by a commission agent for the sale of purchase of agricultural produce. 55. Carrying out an intermediate production process as a job work in relation to cultivation of plants and rearing of all life forms of animals except the rearing of horses. Is rearing of horses taxable? Yes. For food, fiber, fuel, raw material or other similar products or agricultural produce. Entry 55A. Services by way of artificial insemination of livestock other than horses. Guys, artificial insemination means means making the animals or birds give birth artificially, guys. Next, education, something related to our sector. Education services, guys. Educational institution for GST is classified into three categories. Let us understand them first. Who are those? First, your school and college. College means only up to 12th. Your school and college only up to 12th. First category. Education institution providing preschool education and education up to higher secondary school or equivalent. That is up to 12th. You guys can connect to your own schools and colleges. Okay, so then second list is your degree college. Degree college, if at all, if you have done. Educational institution providing education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a recognized qualification, both UG as well as PG, both. So your degree college. I have mentioned it in the bracket also so that you guys can connect. Last one is professional. Educational institution providing education as a part of approved vocational. Vocational means professional education course, that is professional courses. Will our motherboard falls here? Yes, IC, yeah. ICI, ICSI all will come under this category, guys. So we have seen there are three category of educational institution which will matter only for input services. Guys, see, normally when we are seeing the list, most of the list what is covered is output service, which they have told it is exempt anta. But here for education, they have covered both output as well as input services, which are exempt. Input, we will come to it, but first let us finish output. Output services. Output services. Exempt output services as per entry 66. Services provided by an educational institution. Which educational institution now? 1, no, 2, 3. All three are covered. Okay. To whom? SFS. Students, faculty and staff. Guys, any services provided by educational institution to students, faculty and staff is fully exempt. Next, by way of conduct of entrance examination against consideration in the form of entrance fee. Sir, just now you told any services given to students is exempt, na? So here this also will be given to students. Yes, but for our prospective students. Clear? They are not yet taken the admission. That means are they our students? No. So for taking admission, some institutes or colleges will have entrance exams. And for that entrance exam, you would have paid some minimum amount, 500,000 or any amount. Sir, is it exempt for the institute? Yes. For education institution, that is also exempt. Please be careful. That will not fall in the first category. Why? Because they are not yet the students. Only after they take the admission, they become students. After they take admission, any services provided by educational institution to students is exempt. Guys. Okay. Next, 66A, it is a new entry, amendment, guys, new entry. Services of affiliation provided by a central or state education board or council or any other similar body by whatever name called to a school established, owned or controlled by central government, state government, union territory, local authority, governmental authority or government entity. Guys, simple. Here they are telling any services provided by central or state educational board or council to who? To whom? Who is the recipient? Government schools. Only if the recipient is a government school, exempt. Sir, what if it is private school? Taxable, huh? Yes, taxable. Taxable. Next you see. Guys, now any college will be operating under a particular universities. Clear? Like Tumkur University, Bangalore University, Karnataka. So we have Coimbatore University. We have multiple. Now, sir, these universities will be providing some affiliation services for their college under them. Is that also exempt here? No. No. Is that clear? So please be careful, guys. Services provided only by central or state education board or council or any similar body. To which schools? Government schools is only exempt. Even if it is a private school, they don't enjoy the exemption. Oh, these are with respect to output services, guys. Now coming to input service. Now, educational institutions are what? Recipients here. They are recipients. Now, when supplier enjoy the exemption for the services given to educational institution, will they charge and collect GST from educational institution? No. It is as if educational institution also will enjoy the exemption. Yes, sir. So please be careful. What I am talking now is with respect to input services provided to whom? Educational institution. What, when, exemption we will see. Exempt services. First one. First category. School is there na? School up to 12th. Transportation of students, faculty and staff. Catering, including any midday meal scheme sponsored by the central government, state government or union territory. Security or cleaning of housekeeping services performed in such educational institution. Last one, services relating to admission to or conduct of examination by such institution. Guys, see, listen here. If school itself is providing all this directly to the students, always covered here, fully exempt. Now, no, sir, student is not providing, college is not providing or school is not providing transportation, catering. They have outsourced it to the others. Now, educational institution is receiving it and giving it to the students. Now, when educational institution is receiving, is it exempt or taxable? We are seeing. Hope you are understanding. So, there is an outsider who is providing these services. On behalf of whom? Educational institution. Which are those guys? Transportation, catering, security, then services relating to admission. This is exempt only if the receiver is a school. Sir, what if the receiver is a degrees college or the ICI and all? Not exempt, guys. Please be careful. And one more important thing to catch here, especially for this security and cleaning services, that services should be provided where? In the school. Sir, it is provided in principal's home. Principal home is outside the campus. Or teacher's home, which is outside the campus. Is that exempt? No, it is not exempt. It is not exempt, guys. Okay. I repeat once again. Listen, yeah. College only owns the bus. Your college owns the bus? Yes. Now college only has a canteen. Okay. They are providing services. Okay. Transportation service or food, catering services to students. Is it exempt? Yes. School or college or professional or doesn't matter. It will fall here. Correct? It will fall here exempt. But no, sir. They are not providing it. They have outsourced it to the outside agency. Outside agencies coming and running the canteen within the campus, or they own the bus and provide transportation services to the school or college childrens. Then we are talking about this. Clear? School or college is not directly providing it. They have hired someone else to do this. In that case, for the following, it is exempt only if the receiver is the school. Next. For degree college, what is it? Services relating to admission to or conduct of examination by such institution, only that is exempt. Sir, normally schools only will conduct examinations. College, yes, they do it. If they do it, it will come under outward supply, guys. No, they are not doing it. They have outsourced it to one of the agency. That agency will set the question paper, conduct the test, evaluate everything. In that case, if the receiver is school, college, or even the last category, it is exempt. It is exempt, guys. Okay. For second category, there is one more special item. Supply of online educational journals or periodical. Is that also exempt, sir? Yes. Whereas last category, only one, guys. Only one. What is it? Services relating to admission to or conduct of examination by such institution. Guys, keep it simple. Keep it simple. See, this is covered only in second category. Journals, online journals and all. Whereas this is covered in all three. All three. Whereas the first three is covered only in first case. What are those? Easy to remember. Transportation, catering, housekeeping, or security. Security, housekeeping, cleaning, that like that you remember. Clear? Yes. See, I am given it as a table because students normally get confused because actually entry is given in a different way, except to excluding or that to this one. So there you may get confused. So that is why I have just given it as a table here. This is as per entry 66. Input service. Output service is also given in 66 itself. But I have just divided it into two separately for better understanding. Okay, let us move ahead. And sir, what about private tuitions and all? Private coaching, private tuitions. Is it an educational institution for GST purpose? No, guys. It is not the educational institution for GST purpose. Okay, next. Healthcare services. Entry 46. Services by a veterinary clinic in relation to healthcare of animals or birds. Sir, what about us, sir? For us also it is there. Wait. Okay. So this is the exemption given for veterinary clinic. Next, 74. Services by way of healthcare services by a clinical establishment, an authorized medical practitioner or paramedics. However, nothing in this entry shall apply to the services provided by the clinical establishment by way of providing room, having room charges amounting to exceeding 5,000 per day to a person receiving healthcare services. So if room charges is more than 5,000 per day, they're telling it's fully taxable. See, remember one thing, wherever monetary limits are given, if the value of supply is less than that, exemption. If it is more than that, fully taxable. Fully taxable. For example, assume room rental is 7,000 per month. Sorry, per day. Fully taxable. Full 7,000 is taxable. Okay. Next, there is one exception here. Means for the following room category, there is no bar, guys. There is no bar means any amount charged would be exempt. Any amount charged would be exempt. I have given it in a different color. You can observe. Other than intensive care unit, ICU, critical care unit, CCU, intensive cardiac care unit, ICCU, or neonatal intensive care unit, NICU. For this, there is no monetary limit. Any amount charged would be exempt. For any other room category, they have put a limit of 5,000 or less. If it is more than 5,000, fully taxed. Then B, services provided by way of transportation of patient in an ambulance other than those specified in A above. Guys, healthcare services includes transportation of patient through ambulance. Yes, sir. But what if it is not provided by clinical establishment? Sir, I immediately called someone outside agency to provide ambulance service. So this is not the ambulance owned by hospital. In that case, whoever is providing this service also, is it exempt for them? Yes. If hospital only, sir, I have called hospital only where I am getting admitted to come and pick me, or my family members called. Okay. So in that case, hospital itself will own the ambulance. In that scenario, it will be covered in A itself. If it is outsider, B guys. Now healthcare services means anything, sir. Fancy people will get surgery of their nose, lips, or some face and all. So all this is a part of healthcare services? No. Let us see what are those. Healthcare services means any service by way of diagnosis or treatment or care of for illness, injury, deformity, abnormality or pregnancy in any recognized system of medicines in India, and includes services by way of transportation of patient to and from a clinical establishment, guys. That is ambulance service. But does not include. It does not include what? A transplant or cosmetic or plastic surgery. A transplant also, especially many of the cricket players you guys know, would have observed. Sir, they didn't have hair. By the time they come to our next season, how come, sir? So much growth anta. So they would have done hair transplant. Correct? ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು you would have referred to. ಯಾರು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಶರ್ ಓಕೆ ಯಾರೋ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೇವಾಗು, ಗಂಗೂಲಿ, ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ಇವನ್ ಹರ್ಷಲ್ ಪಟೇಲ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹರ್ಷಲ್ ಪಟೇಲ್, ಇವನು RCB ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೇಕರ್. ಚಲೋ, ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್. Except when undertaken to restore or to reconstruct anatomy or functions of body affected due to congenital defects, development abnormalities, injury or trauma. Sir, if any surgery is done to recover my abnormalities, it is healthcare. But I have done it for fashion, sir, to look good, sir, to look better. Not a healthcare. You can get it done. Nothing wrong. It is not exempt. As it is apparent from the definition of healthcare services, only services in recognized system of medicines in India are exempt under GST, under this entry. Following system of medicines are the recognized system of medicines in India: allopathy, yoga, naturopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, Siddha, Unani, any other system of medicines that may be recognized by central government. Next, rent of rooms provided to inpatient means the patient who is admitted in hospital is exempt, subject to the time limit and the purpose specified, which we already covered here, 5,000 and all. So especially when you go to the hospitals and all, they will have different offers for you, with AC, without AC, single occupancy, okay, and TV, with TV, without TV, with big TV, with small TV, okay. So all this category they will have. Based on that, room rental will be there. Illa sir, ಏನು ಬೇಡ, general ward is enough. Okay, go and admit in general ward, but you have to be ready to bear all the noises, sounds, disturbance, everything. If you're ready, go and get admitted there, where the charges might be less. Okay. Next, healthcare services provided by the clinical establishment will include food supplied also to the patient, but such food may be prepared by the canteen run by the hospital itself, or may be outsourced by the hospital from the outdoor caterers, guys. See, for the patient, sir, healthcare services will include food also, yes. Now, for food, if they are charged separate fees, separate. Is it a part of healthcare? Yes. Now, it can be sometimes charged together. Per day, for you, it is 10,000. Along with food, it becomes composite supply. It becomes composite supply, which is a principal supply. You went there to have food, no, for medical treatment. So, which is a principal supply? Medical treatment. Exempt. Entire composite supply will be exempt. They can strategize actually. They can strategize. So what the medical institution or hospitals can do, normally that is what they do, whether you observed or not. Sir, they will charge all this inclusive. Okay, they charge per day or per treatment so much, including food, medicines, everything. So that it becomes a composite supply. Which is a principal supply there? Medical treatment or healthcare, which is exempt. Entire composite supply is exempt. Okay. Food supplied to an inpatient as advised by the doctor or nutritionist is a part of composite supply of healthcare and not separately taxable. Okay, sir. What about the patient who has just gone for a checkup or visitors? If they have anything in canteen, is it taxable? Yes, it is taxable. So hospital or the canteen has to keep a separate account for what food they have provided for patients who are admitted and what food they have supplied for others. And for patient and all, obviously you will not go to the canteen. They will only get it to your rooms. Clear? Definitely they will have a separate account. Whereas for others and all, they have to go and have it in the canteen. So that is separately accounted. Is it taxable, sir? Yes, it is taxable. Next, last note. Supply of services other than healthcare services such as renting of shops, auditoriums in the premises of clinical establishment, display of advertisement, etc. will be subject to GST because all this will not fall under healthcare, guys. Now, whenever you are going and waiting for the doctor for your time, you would be seeing some advertisement, display and all there. Clear. So whatever, if they are displaying or advertising their own services, nothing is, they are not earning anything. But if they are advertising, assume some other businesses and all, will they charge for it? Yes. Is it exempt? No, it is taxed. It is taxable, guys. Next, services provided by government. Who is government here? Supplier. Who is a supplier? Because we have a separate list later also, where government is recipients. Now, who is government? Supplier, guys. Okay, we'll see. First, entry 4. Services by government authority by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to a municipality under Article 243W of the Constitution are exempt. Same way, entry 5. Services or by a government authority by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to a panchayat. In entry 4, it is municipality. In entry 5, it is panchayat. Under Article 243G of the Constitution. Guys, see here. If municipality or panchayat itself do what they are supposed to do, it is covered in 7.2. 7.2. Neither the supply of goods nor the supply of services. Correct? Now, sir, municipality or panchayat is not doing it. Someone else is doing on behalf of them. Who is it? Government authority. Whatever panchayat or municipality is supposed to do on behalf of them, who is doing it? Governmental authority. So will they enjoy the exemption? Yes, they enjoy the exemption. I repeat, if panchayat or municipality, they themselves give the services, supplier, it is neither the supply of goods nor the supply of services as per section 7, subsection 2. Hope you remember. Sir, here panchayat or municipality, they are not doing directly, sir. They have hired someone or they have asked someone else to do it. Who is that someone? Governmental authority. This governmental authority is working on behalf of panchayat or municipality. In that case, governmental authority as a supplier enjoy the exemption. Enjoy the exemption. Now, what is this governmental authority, sir? They have defined in the law. Let me just have a look into it. Just a minute. Yeah, you can see on business entity means any person carrying on the business, guys. Governmental authority means an authority or a board or any other body set up by an act of parliament or a state legislature established by any government with 90% or more participation by way of equity or control to carry out any function entrusted to a municipality or panchayat as per constitution. Then I will also see government entity. Why? Because we use all these terms while we are seeing exemption, guys. So it is good if you guys have an idea about what it is. Government entity means an authority or a board or any other body, including a society, trust, corporation, set up by an act of parliament or state legislature or established by any government with 90% or more participation by way of equity or control to carry out a function entrusted by the central government, state government, union territory, or local authorities. Is that clear? Yes. So in law and all, you would have heard something about government company, na? Similar to it. We are not using the word government company here. Entity. Okay, so let us come. Next, sixth, guys, from here there will be some connection to RCM also. Not everywhere, but wherever it is, I will connect it. So you have to be little extra attentive because now we already learned RCM. Now in exemption, we will connect and see when exemption, when RCM. when both of them are not applicable also. Clear? Yes. Sure. We'll focus. Entry 6. Because from here, for many entries, there is connections. So please be little extra attentive. Ultra, pro. Services by way of by the central government, state government, union territory, local authority, excluding the following services. The following services are exempt? No. The following services are taxable under RCM? No. Who is liable to pay tax? FCM. If you guys remember, I would have told in RCM case only. There also they excluded few things. Postal, airport, port, Indian Railways. Correct. There only I put a flower bracket and I made you guys write FCM. Did you write? Yes. So from exemption also they are excluding it. Means exemption also not applicable, RCM also not applicable. That means it, what sir? Taxable under forward charge. Okay. I have named them as trap guys. It is a trap. Okay. What is it, sir? Services by the Department of Post and Ministry of Railways, that is Indian Railways. Then services in relation to aircraft or a vessel inside or outside the presence of a port or an airport. Transport of goods or passenger or any service other than services covered under entries A to C above provided to business entity. Okay, this we will see because they have excluded from 6, they have included it in 7. So actually it is not an exclusion. Correct. I repeat. D, they removed it from 6, but they added a separate entry for it. I have given there only bracket entry refer to entry 7. Okay. So this we will not worry. This 3 they excluded from entry 6, sir. That means no exemption. They also excluded the same items even in RCM list. Correct, guys. If you remember, listen. Under RCM, they removed few services. Few were this plus one more, renting of immobile property. Renting of immobile property they excluded from one list and added it in a new list. So actually that is also not exclusion. Agree na? Yes, sir. So only 3 items they excluded in simple. What are those? Trap. What is the trap? Sir, transportation of goods or passenger. R for Indian Railways. A for airport service. P for port service. Last one is postal. Postal services. I repeat. Short form. T for transportation of goods and passenger. R for railways. A for airport. P for port. Port means for vessels. That is for ships. And P coastal. All these are excluded here, guys. Okay, so coming to entry 7. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory or local authority to a business entity. They excluded in D, in entry 6, they have included it here. With an aggregate turnover of up to such amount in the preceding financial year as it makes it eligible for exemption from the registration under CGST Act 2017. Guys, listen. It is actually covered in RCM. Services provided by government to a business entity covered under RCM. Yes, they excluded few there. Now they are telling if business entity's turnover is not more than the threshold limit, then it is exempt here. So what is covered under RCM is only if business entity is registered. Actually in RCM they didn't tell it. Now they are telling it. Where? In exemption. In exemption they are telling if the turnover of business entity is up to the threshold limit, then it is exempt here. That means when RCM is applicable, when it is crossed the threshold limit. Guys, what is the threshold limit for registration? 10, 20 or 40 lakh, depending upon the case. We will learn it in section 22, subsection 1. Clear? As of now, take it as 10, 20 or 40. 10, 20 or 40. What exactly? We will learn it in 22.1, which varies from case to case. Okay. Explanation. For the purposes of this entry, it is hereby clarified that the provisions of this entry shall not be applicable to the following services. Means even entry 7 is not applicable for trap as well as RIP. As well as trap and RIP. Guys, in RCM also they excluded all this now in this entry. All this they excluded even in RCM. For RIP they gave one more entry. Clear? But did they exclude it from business entity? Yes. So in simple, I have given a note, guys. If the aggregate turnover of a business entity in the preceding financial year is more than 20 lakh or 10 lakh or 40 lakh, which is nothing but the registration limit, guys, then such business entity will pay tax under RC. Sir, what if it is less than the turnover, less than the threshold limit? Exempt. Okay, I have made one beautiful chart. After all this, we will go and visit that, covering all this. Eighth one. Eighth one. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory or local authority to another central government, state government, union territory or local authority. Government to government. G to G. क्या जी? G to G. Sir, please be careful. Sir, is it central government to central government, state to state? Need not be. Sir, can it be central government to state, central government to union territory, central government to local authority? Yes. Receiver and supplier should be government. Ashte. Okay, sir. But this is not applicable for trap services. These are not applicable for trap services. Okay, sir. Next, ninth one. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory, local authority where the consideration for such services does not exceed 5,000. Means it is less than or equal to 5,000. However, nothing contained in this will be applicable for trap tax. Will not be applicable for trap. Further, in case of continuous supply of service, so 5,000 is per service, per month, per annum, per annum. 5,000 is per financial year, guys. So throughout the year, I am giving the service. Yes, the value which is exempt is only 5,000. And if it is more than 5,000, entire amount would be taxable, guys. Oh, next 9C. Supply of service by a government entity. We already saw what is government entity. 2. Central government, state government, union territory or local authority or any person specified by central government, state government, union territory or local authority against consideration received from central government, state government, union territory, local authority in the form of grants. So, government entity is giving services to government or any person who has specified by government. In return, what are they getting from government? Grant. It is exempt. And guys, see, in my revision material, in order to simplify it or to keep it as less as possible, I would have used shortcuts. That doesn't mean that you can also use shortcuts. Sir, yes, CG, UG, TG, what is SG you have used? Can I also use in my answers? No, no, no. When I was student, I would have also used all full forms only. Now I am come out of the bracket, and in order to simplify it in the revision material, everywhere I would have not used full forms. Clear? And you guys would definitely be knowing what is CG, UG and all. Clear by now. If not, meet me later. Sure. Next, 9D. Services by an old age home run by age old home. See, guys, when I was discussing about charitable also, I told there 65 or more was mentioned. I told we have a separate entry for this also. What is it we are seeing? As per charitable, they put a condition 65 or more, that too in rural area and all. But here, what is it telling? 9D. Services by an old age home run by central government or state government or an entity registered under section 12AA. Oh, they are also covered here? Yes. To its resident, age 60 or more year. There it was 65. I mentioned it. I know students will get confused. Sir, 65 ranga, 60 ranga. Erdralon tappide sir. Pakka. Correct. So please be careful. As per that entry, it is 65 only. Whereas as per this entry, it is 60. Against a consideration of up to 25,000 per month per member, provided that the consideration charged is inclusive of charges for boarding, lodging and maintenance. Now assume, sir, some age-old people and all are taken care by any government entity or charitable trust which is registered. If they are charging up to 25,000 per month per member, not taxable. More than that means fully taxed. E. 9E. Services new entry. Services provided by Ministry of Railways, Indian Railways to individuals. Who is the recipients? Individual. By way of sale of platform tickets, facility of retiring rooms or waiting rooms, clock room services, battery operated car service, which we call it as buggy van and all. Is it exempt, sir? Yes, provided the recipients are individuals. Yes, sir. 9F. Services provided by one zone division under Ministry of Railways, Indian Railways to another zone division under Ministry of Railways under, that is nothing but Indian Railways. Guys, both of these are a new entry. Both of this is the new entry. Next, 24C. Services by the Department of Post by way of, see, services of Department of Post, I told always taxable under forward charge, but only some small services they have told it is exempt. What are those? By way of postcard, inland letter, post, book post or ordinary post weighing less than 10 grams. weighing less than 10 grams. In any other case, it is taxable. Yes, taxable under FCM 34A. Services supplied by central government, state government, union territory to their undertakings or public sector undertaking by way of guaranteeing the loan taken by such undertakings or PSU, that is public sector undertaking, from the banking companies and financial institution. Guys, now a state government undertaking or the public sector undertaking PSU have taken a loan for which guarantee is given by government, and government is getting some commission for it for giving guarantee. Is it exempt? Yes. Next, services provided by central government, state government, union territory or local authority by way of registration required under any law for the time being in force. That is, even in for company and all, you get registered clear under MCA. Sir, should we pay some fees? Yes. Is it exempt? Yes, it is exempt from GST. Sir, is it exempt ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, oh sir, I need not pay na. Yes ಅಂತ. You have to pay the fees. On fee GST is exempt. Okay. Testing, calibration, safety check or certification relating to protection or safety of workers, consumers or public at large, including fire license required under any law for the time being in force, guys. Now, if you have obtained any license or testing and all, you have got some approval for it, then means good to use, good to use it for your business purpose, ready to use also. In that case, whatever license I have obtained, is it exempt, sir? For that, whatever I have fees I would have paid, exempt from GST. 61. Services by the central government, state government, union territory or local authority by way of issuance of passport, visa, driving license, birth certificate or death certificate. All these are under the control of government. If I am born, I have to obtain a certificate. If I am dead, my family members have, I cannot come and obtain. So my family members have to obtain a death certificate. Or I want to go outside India, passport to visa, everything is under control of government. So for that, they charge some fees also to obtain it. Sir, is it exempt under GST? Yes. Next. Services by way of granting national permit to a goods carriage to operate throughout India or contiguous states, that is neighboring states. Sir, yellow board we will take, okay, to roam around in different states and all. Sir, in that case, whatever we pay to get registered, sir, is it exemption? Is it exempt? Yes, under GST. Next, services. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory or local authority by way of tolerating non-performance of a contract for which consideration in the form of fines or liquidated damages is payable to central government, state government, union territory or local authority under such contract. Now you are going in a vehicle, didn't wear the helmet. Sir, fine. Skip jump the signal, fine. So they charge fine for you. Will they charge fine along with GST? 500 rupees fine plus GST pay anta? No. Why? Because it is exempt. It is exempt. And why are they charging you fine? Because they're tolerating your traffic rules violation. You have violated the traffic rules and they're tolerating it. And for that, they're charging you some fine. Is it exempt under GST? Yes. Okay. Next. 63. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory or local authority by way of assignment of right to use natural resources to an individual farmer. Who is the recipient? Individual farmer. For cultivation of plants and rearing of all life forms of animals except rearing of horses. For food, fiber, fuel, raw material or other similar products. Now, what they are telling, use of natural resources, especially water. Every farmer need it. So to give the connection of water or to provide water, assume they have charged some fees for him. Whom? For individual farmer. Is it exempt under GST? Yes, guys. Next, 65. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory by way of deputing officers after office hours or on holidays for inspection or container stuffing or such other duties in relation to import-export cargo on payment of merchant overtime charges. So if any government officers has been appointed or been transferred after office hours, okay, means they have been asked to work after office hours with respect to some import, export and all, whatever they get paid extra for it is exempt from GST. Okay. This and all you will learn more in customs, guys. Customs is a part of your final syllabus. Next, 74A. Services provided by rehabilitation professionals recognized under the Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 by way of rehabilitation therapy or counseling and such other activity as covered by the said act at medical establishments, educational institutions, rehabilitation centers established by central government, state government, union territory, or any entity registered under section 12AA or 12AB of Income Tax Act. You have watched Sanju movie? Sanju, Ranbir Kapoor. Okay, Sanjay Dutt's story, autobiography. Nodi. Okay, leave. See, sir, if I am suffering from anything, now I have been admitted in a rehabilitation centers to come out of it. I am addicted to some nonsense thing which I am not supposed to. In that case, whatever services that rehabilitation center is providing me to come out of is exempt under GST. Don't go and watch today. You have time. If at all, if you want, please watch after your exams. Next. Guys, see, especially the initial entries. This entries has connections to our RCM also. So I have made one chart where I have connected RCM exemption both together. Whereas next list and all, this list and all, guys, straightforward, no confusion, no connection, nothing. They have told which is exempt, straight away exempt. Aste. Now, wherever confusion may arise, I have connected everything is one single chart. What are those? Listen. Services provided by central government, state government, or union territory or local authority. Hey, who is the supplier? Government. Aste. What are they providing? The services provided by them is trap. Always taxable under FCM. And for that postal, if it is less than 10 grams and all, few exemption is given. Rest all is always tax. Trap, you know, na? What is trap? Again repeating. Transportation of goods and passengers. R for Indian Railways. A for airport. Means services provided within the presence of airport. Okay. See, shortcut ali full detail iralla. At least you will get the point remembered. Clear? You have to build on the points on it. Next, services provided in the presence of port. Then last one is postal. Okay. RIP services. Renting of immobile property. RIP means, sir, not which you are thinking about. RIP means renting of immobile property. If it is to registered person, when a person will be registered, if his turnover in the last year has crossed, guys, simple. Now they are referring to last year turnover. In the last year, if the turnover is more than 20 lakh, 10 lakh, or 40 lakh, obviously by the current year you would have been registered. Correct? Within 30 days you have to apply. Once you are liable for registration, within how many days you have to apply? 30 days. Where is it given? Section 25. In what should you apply? REG 01. Correct, Indro? Yes, sir. Chalo. Now, in the last year, if the turnover is more than the threshold limit, guys, what is the threshold limit? 10, 20, 40 lakh. Whatever is applicable for you. If you have crossed it, obviously in the current year you would have been registered. Is RCM applicable? Yes. Next, unregistered means FCM is applicable. FCM is applicable. Guys, even in RCM, renting of immobile property, they excluded in the list and they included in the next list. And they told clearly recipient should be registered. Recipient should be registered. Anta. Okay, sir. If it is unregistered, taxable under FCM. But only if consideration is more than 5,000. Where is that 5,000 given, sir? Ninth entry. And in ninth, you can observe RIP they didn't exclude. Only trap they excluded. For RIP, is 5,000 limit applicable? Yes, it is applicable. Yes, it is applicable. Okay, guys. So these two are taxable only if the consideration is more than 5,000. Next, other services. Any other services, guys. If it is provided to a business entity, check whether they are registered. Means last year their turnover is more than 10, 20 or 40 lakh. Then it is taxable under RCM. It is taxable under RCM. If they are unregistered, means last year their turnover was up to 10, 20 or 40 lakh. That means, see guys, listen. In the current year, what if it is crossed? Current year exemption only. Listen. Last year, the recipient is business entity. Their last year turnover was within, assume 20 lakh is applicable for them, was within 20 lakh. In the current year, they have crossed 20 lakh. Is RCM applicable? No. Next year, RCM will be applicable. Next year RCM will be applicable because here they gave reference to last year turnover, not current year turnover. Last year turnover was less than 20 lakh. Is RCM applicable? No. In the current year, it is more than 20 lakh. Will RCM be applicable? Not immediately. From next year. From next year. Hope you guys got it. Then in any other case, who is the recipients? We are talking about the recipients. If recipients is government or any other person, it is exempt. It is exempt. Yes. Next, construction services. Entry 10. Services provided by way of pure labor contract. Pure labor means what? Sorry, pure means what? 100% services. No goods. No goods. Pure labor contracts for construction of erection, commissioning, installation, completion, fitting out, repair, maintenance, renovation or alteration of civil structure or any other original works pertaining to the beneficiary-led individual house construction or enhancement under the Housing for All under Mission or Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. This is a government project, but normally government will not do construction work. They would have outsourced it. Now assume guys, government has outsourced the work to me. They will buy all the goods, cement, steel, bricks, everything, sand, everything they will buy and give it to me. I just do construction service and give it to them. 100% service, yes. Is it exempt? Yes. Sir, I am a different builder, sir. I am a Shobha developer. I am constructing the flats and I am selling it. Is it covered here? No, no, no. Only the houses which are constructed under Housing for All Mission for or Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is a government initiative. They have outsourced the work to me. I am doing the construction work. In that case, 100% exempt, guys. Next, 10A. Services supplied by electricity distribution utilities by way of construction or erection, commissioning or installation of infrastructure for extending electricity distribution network up to the tube well of farmer or agriculturalist for agricultural use. Next, 11th one. Services by way of pure labor contracts, again 100% services of construction, erection, commissioning or installation of original works pertaining to single residential unit or otherwise than as part of residential complex. For residential complex, no exemption. Now listen, I have to construct a house for me. I have given a contract to one of the contractor. I will buy all the items and give it to him. He will just provide construction service and give it. Is it exempt for him? Yes, 100% exempt. Next, you imagine, I will give one more example. I appoint a contractor. I will tell, sir, you only buy all the items. Tell me one lump sum amount, I will pay you. Goods plus services, both you provide for us. In that case, is it exempt? No, it is not exempt. Please be careful. Here, exemption is available only for pure services for single residential unit. Means I am getting constructed my own house through a contractor. Sir, what if it is residential complex, flats, apartments and all? Is it exempt? No, it is not. Passenger transportation services. Entry 15. Transportation of passenger with or without accompanied belongings by air in economic class, only economic class, so embarking from or terminating in an airport located in the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura or Bagdogra located in West Bengal. Guys, my starting journey or ending journey is in any of this airport. See, in this states, any airport. Whereas in West Bengal, only Bagdogra airport. Either my starting point is there or ending point is there. Whatever flight I will book, the flight charges on that GST is exempt. Okay. Why, sir? In order to support air connectivity for all the small states, guys. They kept the GST exempt only for the states. Next, non-air conditioned contract carriage other than radio taxi for transportation of passenger, excluding for tourism, conducted tour or charter or hire. Sir, first of all, what is contract carriage? When I have hired a bus, I have hired a bus. Now, bus will go in the direction in which I decide. Clear. For example, I have hired a bus for my sister marriage, which is to be happened in Mysore, part of Karnataka. Sir, in that case, I will be paying some lump sum amount for it. Is it exempt from GST? Yes, for transportation company, whatever I pay is exempt from GST, guys. Sir, what if it is for tourism purpose and all? Taxable. If it is for tourism purpose and all, taxable. I went for sister marriage. Is it exempt? Yes. Sir, we have hired a bus to go for a Goa trip. Goa is a dream of many. Dream destination. Papa. School days, college days, planning will happen. Execution very less. Huh. So now, I have hired a bus for tourism purpose. Is it exempt? No. Taxable. Next, stage carriage other than air conditioned stage carriage. If it is a stage carriage, is it exempt? Yes. But if it is a AC, taxable. What is stage carriage? Guys, public transport. Stage carriage means what? Public transport. Here I will not decide where bus will go. Bus has already decided. They would have put a board. If I want to go there, I will step into the bus. I will embark the bus. Correct? Na? So they would have decided the destination points. Now I will get down any one of the destination points. So have I hired the bus? No, I have only got a seat in the bus. I only got the seat in the bus. If not, at least standing. Clear? Because sir, what if the bus is too rush? Then at least standing. If that is also not available, sir, some people will be hanging around in the bus and all. Okay. For that also they charge fees, wherever you be in the part of the bus, you have to pay the amount. So during my college days also, I used to travel in BMTs, one of the local transport in Bangalore. If I after college timings, sorry, sorry. Uh, After college timings, bus is means it is to be very rush. Okay, because during that time it is a peak time. So after that college timings, if you just go and stand in the bus stop, people only will take you inside. Seriously, bus comes, bus stands, I will be standing there, people will take me inside, they will only bring me out. Okay, but obviously, my station, I should know and get out. Okay, so going inside is very easy. They will only take you inside. Hmm. Chal. However, however, nothing. However, nothing contained in items B and C above shall apply to service supplied through an electronic commerce operator, guys. One of the part of RAT. One of the part of RAT is what? T, transportation. And notified under section 95 of CGST Act. And tax on such will be paid by whom? Electronic commerce operator. Correct? Yes. Next, 16. Services provided to central government. Recipient is central government by way of transport of passenger with or without accompanied belongings by air, embarking from or terminating at a RCS, that is regional connectivity scheme, airport, against a consideration in the form of viability gap funding. Guys, simple. Now, especially to support small states and all, government would have given some fund in order to build airport infrastructure. Now assume, guys, in Manipur they are supposed to build a airport. They don't have too much money to build an airport. Assume they require totally, I'm just giving a random figure, they totally require 50 crore, but they have only 30 crore with them. Government will fill a gap of 20 crore. Central government will fill a gap of 20 crore. Now, for this, the air connectivity, assume central government is booking some tickets once the Manipur airport is ready. So they are booking some tickets from Manipur airport to somewhere or from somewhere to Manipur. Then they told it is exempt. For government, they are the recipient of what? The airline services. Is it exempt? Yes. Actually, airline service is not given by airport. Who is giving it? The airlines. Correct? Na? Air India, Air Asia, whoever is that. Clear? Or Indigo. Now, on the ticket price, GST is exempt, provided the recipient is central government, because they have supported to build this infrastructure. That is why they have also taken the benefit. But this benefit is forever? No, only for 3 years. Only for 3 years, guys. However, nothing contained in this entry shall apply to, on, or after the expiry of a period of 3 years from the date of commencement of operation of RCS airport as notified by Ministry of Civil Aviation. Coming to 17th one, services of transportation of passenger with or without accompanied belongings by passenger. Without accompanied belongings means luggage. Railways in a class. Okay, railways exempt, but other than first class air condition. First class air condition, is it taxable? Yes. Next, metro, monorail, trainway, inland waterway, public transport. Other than predominantly for tourism purpose. In a vessel between places located in India. If it is for tourism purpose, is it taxable? Yes. In a vessel from one place to another place within India. For example, sir, I am going in a ship or boat from, especially ship, assume from Tamil Nadu to Ladakh or Lakshadweep. For Lakshadweep. Is it exempt, sir? No, taxable. It is taxable, guys. E. Metered cabs or auto rickshaws, including e-rickshaws. Exempt, yes. But you can see here. In cases where the service of transport of passenger by metered cab or auto rickshaws, including e-rickshaws, are supplied through e-commerce operator, then is it covered in RAT? Yes. So who is liable to pay tax on that? E-commerce operator. E-commerce operator. So in that case, exemption is not enjoyed. Only if you are booking it directly, Auto, come Manta, you directly appointed. Is it exempt? Yes. No, I am lazy, sir. I cannot go and call. I want to book and sit at home and book it. Is it liable for GST? Yes. For laziness, for your laziness, you don't know how much you ended up paying anta. Don't be lazy. Sir, sitting at home, we book everything. ಏನದು ಓಲಾ ಉಬರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿ ಝೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ guys, I personally suggest avoid all that to the extent possible. If you want to have, go have and come. Food also ಬಿಸಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ. Clear? If not, have it at home only. Illa sir, I want to taste something. Taste bud is asking. Better go and have. Clear? It's not like, sir, I'm giving business to them. No, you are becoming more lazy. You are not aware of it. Later, you don't know how your body will be. You cannot even get up later. It will be like that. So whatever it is, please go have it in that place. And when you go there, natural feeling you will get. Natural feeling. And Ola, Uber and all, okay, if it is emergency, I will book it at for my doorstep. Okay, that is fine. Yeah, but so they give food items and even your groceries. Groceries and all you will not manage your parents only. I know most of the parents will go and buy it only, but if they're really busy, yes, value for time is there. If not, please try to go buy it from the shops. Yeah, even today, till today, whatever is my age, leave it. I have not installed Swiggy and Zomato into my mobile. I don't have Swiggy and Zomato into my mobile. My wife have Domino's. She like pizza, so she will have it. But she will. ನಾನು ತಿಂತೀನಿ. But booking is done by her. Okay, only for that we have it. Rest all we go. We will also have food outside, snacks outside, chats outside, everything. But we will go and have and come. And actually, that is good feeling when you go outside, have it and come. It is actually good. So avoid all that. See, it's not like you have to follow me. Then no. See, actually, it is good. Actually, it is good, guys. To the extent possible, be independent. Don't be dependent on someone else. Chal, let us continue. Goods transportation services. ಇವನು ನೆನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ when there is no food canteen here, sir, orders from Swiggy, Zomato and all. I don't have it. Okay, so we went in search of. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಸಂಡೇ something we will be expecting some good food. ಇವನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, Papa is pure veg, so I cannot take him to non-veg hotel. So okay, fine, it's okay anta. Anyway, fine, leave it. Now I should not bring cravings for you guys. Goods transportation services. Services by way of transportation of goods. Previous list was passenger. Madam, okay, bidi. Goods, passenger ಆಯ್ತು, goods. Services by way of transportation of goods by road. By road is exempt, except the services of GTA or courier agency. GTA we covered in RCM also. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಪಾಪ. ಚಲೋ. Goods transportation agency or courier agency taxable. If it is the inland waterways, exempt. Next 20. Services by way of transportation by rail or vessel from one place in India to another of following goods. So if it is following goods, exempt, guys. Provided transportation of goods by rail or vessel. Rail or vessel from one place to another place within India. Which are those? Relief materials meant for victims of natural or man-made disasters, calamities, accidents, or mishap. Defense or military. You guys would have seen, especially when there is a flood or anything. Assume in Wayanad or in Assam, Odisha, anywhere some problems happen, then there will be a lot of volunteers who will come forward to collect food, clothes, or anything. and they will send it to the respective place to help the people. Sir, now assume these items have been shifted through or transported through rail or vessel. Is it liable for GST? No, guys. Defense or military equipment, newspaper or magazines registered and with the register of newspapers, agricultural produce, milk, salt and food grain, including flours, pulses and rice, and organic manure. So if the following items has been transported by rail or vessel from one place to another place in India, fully exempt, guys. Next, GTA. GTA they exempted, they excluded here. That means, is it taxable? Yes, but we have a separate entry for it. Guys, GTA, remember RCM, services provided by GTA for transportation of goods by road. If the recipient is a specified recipient, if the recipient is a specified recipient, two options. Thus, GTA can pay tax under forward charge. If they are not paying tax under forward charge, then recipient has to pay tax under reverse charge. Sir, what if the recipients are not specified recipients? Exempt. I had given it there only. I had given it there only. Yes. 21A, I will read first. Services provided by GTA to an unregistered person, including unregistered casual taxable person. Guys, in that list, they just mentioned casual taxable person. But here they are telling if casual taxable person is unregistered, it is exempt. Other than the recipients who are covered under RCM is what? Exempt. So if the recipients is specified recipients, is it exempt? No, either RCM or FCM. Okay. See, wherever connection is there for RCM, please mention, you guys can mention red with RCM, red with, I would have already given there. I would have already, you can see RCM, even for government and all, I had mentioned there. Clear, I had mentioned then and there only, but you guys also, when you come to exemption, wherever link is there for RCM, please connect and study. Connect and study. When RCM, when exemption. You should be knowing. Okay. 21. 21 is same like this. This was through what? Rail or vessel. If the same goods are transported through goods transportation agency, is it exempt? Yes, sir. Next, 21B. Guys, 21B, even in RCM, this is also connected to RCM. See, both of these are connected to RCM. Guys, while covering RCM, in recipients list, registered person under GST is covered. Yes, but if a person is registered just as a TDS deductor, is not providing any outward supply, I had told it is exempt, means RCM is not applicable. Correct? I had given it in the bracket other than TDS deductor. Why, sir? Because they have been exempted here. So simple. As per entry 21B, services provided by GTA, that is Goods Transportation Agency, by way of transport of goods in a goods carriage to a department or establishment of central government or state government or union territory, local authority, governmental agency, which has taken registration under GST only for the purpose of deducting TDS under section 51. And they are not making any outward supply, guys. They are not making any outward taxable supply. Is it exempt, sir? Yes, guys. No RCM, no FCM. Okay, so next, banking and financial services. Entry 27 especially important. Why? Because they have taken it in many places in GST. Entry 27. Services by way of extending deposits, loans, or advances insofar as the consideration is represented by way of interest or discount. Exempt? Yes. In simple, I call it as financial service costs. But exemption is not available for other than interest involved in credit card services, guys. So you can see I have given a note for it. Service charges, fees, documentation fees, broking charges, administrative charges, entry charges, or such like fees or charges collected are not exempt and thus taxable. And thus taxable, guys. Yes. Next, interest charged on the outstanding credit card balance has been specifically excluded from entry 27. That means, is it taxable? Yes. Please be careful. Sir, bank provide many services. All services are not exempt. Only extending loan or advance in return for which interest or discount is charged, guys. And this entry 27A especially is important, not only for exemption chapter, but for other chapters also. While calculating the aggregate turnover for checking eligibility as well as to pay tax under composition scheme, as per explanation 1 as well as explanation 2 to text section 10, both places excluded this service. Aggregate turnover includes all exempt supply, but except this for explanation 1 and explanation 2 to section 10. Do you remember the table I had given it? Aggregate turnover includes all exempt supply as per 2.6. 2.6 defines aggregate turnover. But explanation 1 and 2 to section 10 told, please exclude one exempt supply. Please exclude one exempt supply. Which was that one exempt supply? This one, guys. And this will again come even in registration chapter. Again come in registration chapter also. Okay. B. Interstate sale or purchase of foreign currency amongst bank or authorized dealers or foreign exchange or amongst banks and such dealer. See, if I go and approach the bank or authorized dealer for exchange of Indian rupees into foreign currency, is it liable for GST? Yes. But if bank are exchanging amongst themselves or authorized dealers are exchanging among themselves or bank with authorized dealers, is it liable for GST? No, guys, it is exempt. If there is any exchange of currency between bank and bank, between authorized dealer and authorized dealer, or between bank and authorized dealer, it is exempt. It is exempt. 27A. Services provided by a banking company to basic saving bank deposit account holders under Pradhan Mantri Jandan Yojana, that is government's, which is exempt. Next, 34. Services by an acquiring bank to any person in relation to settlement of an amount up to 2,000 in a single transaction transacted through credit card or debit card, charge card, and other payment card service is exempt. If it is up to 2,000. Example I have given there. Canara Bank acquired Syndicate Bank. Now assume I was the account holder in Syndicate Bank. I want to close my account. So Canara Bank is paying me up to 2,000 some balance and all I had. If it is up to 2,000, if they are paying and settling my account, not taxable. If it is more than 2,000, yes, taxable. Next, 39A. Services by an intermediary of financial services located in multi-services SEZ with International Financial Services, that is IFSC center. Status to a customer located outside India for international financial services in currencies other than Indian rupees. So the consideration should be received in any mode other than Indian rupees. Okay, sir. So recipient is outside India actually. Okay. Next, life insurance business services. Entry 28. Services of life insurance business provided by way of annuity under the National Pension System regulated by Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority of India under the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Act 2013 is exempt, guys. Annuity concept. Then 29. Services of life insurance business provided or agreed to be provided by the Army, Naval or Air Force Group Insurance Funds to the members of Army, Navy or Air Force respectively under the group insurance schemes of central government. Next, services of life insurance provided or agreed to be provided by the Naval Group Insurance Fund to personnel of Coast Guard who protect the water area, the group insurance schemes of the central government. Then 29B, services of life insurance provided or agreed to be provided by central armed police forces under Ministry of Home Affairs, group insurance funds to their members under the group insurance schemes of the concerned central armed police force. In simple, if life insurance policies are taken for the life of the person who is working in Indian defense, including air, naval, coastal, then whatever premium is paid, it's liable. Is it liable for GST? No, it is exempt. Life is easy to remember. Sir, should I mug up all this? No, just remember Indian defense people, including air, naval, coast, or police. Any life insurance policy taken in their name as a group, not as an individual. On that, whatever premium is paid for insurance company, is it liable for GST? No, guys, it is exempt. Next, 36. Services of life insurance business provided under the following schemes. Janshri Bima Yojana, Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana, Life Micro Insurance product as approved by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority having maximum amount coverage of 2 lakh. That is policy amount is up to 2 lakh. Next, Varishta Pension Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jandan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandan Yojana. All these are government schemes, guys. So if you are taken any of these policies and if you are paying premium, not liable for GST on it. It is exempt, guys. Next, services provided by specified bodies. 30. Services by Employees State Insurance Corporation, in short we call it as ESIC, to persons governed under the Employees State Insurance Act 1948. 31. Services provided by Employees Provident Fund Organization to persons governed under Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952. 31A. Services by Coal Mines Provident Fund Organization to persons governed by the Coal Mines Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1948. Last one. Services by National Pension System Trust to its members against consideration in the form of administrative fee. Guys, see, to open any of this account, ESIC, PF or even NPS and all, sir, I might be paying some minimum fee, account opening fee, or even for administration renewal or withdrawal, I would be paying some amount for this respective authorities. Is it liable for GST? No, it is completely exempt, guys. Then general insurance business services. 35. Services of general insurance business provided under the schemes notified by the government. There are a lot of schemes, number of schemes, which I have not given the list here. Whichever schemes are notified by the government, on which whatever premium we pay is exempt, guys. Then even services by way of reinsurance of insurance schemes specified for the schemes referred in entry 35 is also exempt. Sir, what is that reinsurance? Guys, when one insurance company cannot bear the entire risk, they may delegate the risk. Okay, they try to mitigate the risk also by reinsuring it with another insurance company. Assume my client has taken an insurance policy for 10 crore. If the policy matures, I have to end up paying 10 crore. So better I will reinsure it with someone else also. Okay, maybe some big players. With them, I will reinsure. Is that also exempt here? Yes, guys. Next, pension schemes. Entry 37. Services by way of collection of contribution under the Atal Pension Yojana, that is NPS, ATCCD. Next, services by way of collection of contribution under any pension scheme of the state government. Now, whoever is collecting and depositing it to the fund, if they by chance are collecting any money from you or fees from you or administrative fee, is it liable for GST? No, exempt, guys. Next, business facilitator or correspondent. First of all, who are these two guys? See, business facilitator is someone who will help the bank or financial institution in managing their assets, funds, and decision making. Whereas the correspondent is someone who will reach the government policies banks policies or schemes to the people. They will make the people understand what are the services provided by the banks, especially in rural areas. Okay, because they will not be knowing how to apply for loan, how to open the account, how to use ATM cards, how to withdraw the money or how to deposit the money and all, they may not be aware of. So bank normally appoint this business correspondents in order to help the people to know the banking services, guys. Now this business correspondent is providing services to whom? Bank. Business facilitator is providing services to whom? Bank. But these guys sometimes assume they are lazy. They are not working directly on field. They have appointed some agents. So agent will give services to whom? Business facilitator or business correspondent. And business facilitator or business correspondent will return give services to whom? Bank. So bank will pay to correspondent or facilitator, and this correspondent or facilitator will pay to this agents. Obviously, they will keep some margin and pay, not the entire amount. Entry 39. Services by the following persons in the respective capacities. Business facilitator or a business correspondent to a banking company with respect to accounts in the rural area branch. What if it is urban? Taxable. Second, any person as an intermediary to a business facilitator or a business correspondent, means agent to business correspondent or business facilitator, with respect to services mentioned in entry A. Okay, now agents. So first to directly business facilitator to bank. Next to agents to business facilitator or correspondent. But with respect to entry A means that is also for rural area only. That is also for rural area only. Next, last one. Business facilitator or business correspondent to insurance company in rural area. In rural area. So as it is also connected to RCM, guys, I have just made one small charts here. Listen. This first chart is with respect to 39A and 39B. Only 39A and 39B. Listen. First, let us take this part. Business correspondent is giving services to banking company. If it is with respect to rural area, exempt. If it is with respect to urban area, taxable under FCM, who should pay tax? Business correspondent, not covered in RCM. Not covered in RCM. That means taxable under FCM. Next, I am taking second category. The agent or intermediary is giving services to business correspondent. If it is with respect to rural area, exempt. But if it is with respect to urban area, covered under RCM, who should pay tax? Business correspondent. Business correspondent. So simple. Listen here. If the services is with respect to urban area, business correspondent to bank, who should pay tax? Business correspondent. Agent to business correspondent, who should pay tax? Business correspondent. So in both the places, who are targeted? Business correspondent. Okay. Next, this was for correspondent. What about business facilitator? First transaction, let me take this. Business facilitator to banking company. If it is with respect to rural area, exempt. If it is with respect to urban area, RCM, covered in RCM, who should pay tax? Business facilitator has to pay tax. Okay. Next, second transaction. Agent or intermediary to business facilitator. If it is with respect to rural area branch, exempt tax. If it is with respect to urban area branch, supplier will pay tax under FCM because this is not covered in RCM. In RCM, only two things are covered, this and this guys. First check exemption, RCM. If not covered in exemption as well as RCM, what is applicable? FCM, forward charge mechanism. Next, sir, what about insurance? 39C. Business facilitator or correspondent to insurance company with respect to rural area branch, exempt. If it is an urban area, FCM guys. The supplier has to pay tax. Whereas with respect to agent and all, they have not covered. That means what, sir? If agent or intermediary is providing services to business facilitator or business correspondent with respect to insurance services, taxable under FCM. That's all. Taxable under FCM guys. Next, next, services provided to government. Means here government is whom? Recipient, not supplier. We saw already the list of services which is exempt if the supplier is government. Now we are seeing recipient is a government guys. Okay, so let us see. Entry 3. Pure service. Pure service means 100% service. No goods is involved guys. Pure services excluding work contract service and other composite supply involving supply of goods means goods should not be there. Provided to central government, state government or union territory or local authority by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to panchayat or municipality as per the constitution. As per the constitution, right? Means they are outsourced it to others. Pure services like cleaning, sanitation and all. See, cleaning, water conservancy, all these are normally the responsibility of panchayat or municipality. They have outsourced, assumed to someone else. Pure services. Now this someone else is giving services to panchayat or municipality, which is in turn given to public at large. Is it exempt? Yes, fully exempt. Next 3A. 3 told pure services. 3A is telling, okay, up to certain amount you can have goods. Composite supply of goods and services to government. Composite supply of goods and services in which the value of supply of goods constitutes not more than 25% of the value of the said composite supply provided to central government, state government or union territory or local authority by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to panchayat or municipality under the constitution. So first one was pure services. Now goods can be there but up to 25%. For example, assume total amount charge is 10 lakh. Up to how much amount can be for goods? 2.5. Assume for goods they have charged 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 4 lakh. Full amount is taxable. Entire 10 lakh will be taxable. I repeat. Assume goods along with services is provided for 10 lakh. Up to what amount services can goods can be there? 2.5 lakh. Assume for goods 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh is charged. Entire 10 lakh is taxable. Sir, for goods only 1 lakh, 2 lakh or 2.2 lakh is taxable. Charged. Entire 10 lakh is exempt. Entire 10 lakh is exempt. 3B. Services provided to government authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management, slum improvement and upgradation. See guys, this is anyway completely covered here. Now while I was explaining 3 also, I just gave an example of this. So sanitation, water supply and all. as it is covered in separate entry. Will it be covered in 3 also, sir? No, anything other than this. Anything other than this, guys. 11A. Services services provided by fair price shops, which you guys would be knowing. Nyaya Beli Angadi. Clear, where you get the grains for a very lower price, grains or whatever they provide for, but you should be eligible for that criteria. Okay, like BPL card or whatever, the government will have some conditions for it. Okay. To central government, state government or union territory by way of sale of food grains, kerosene, sugar, edible oil, etc. under PDS, that is public distribution system, against consideration in the form of commission or margin. The guy who will sit there, if he is a employee getting salary, covered in negative list. No, sir. That guy who will sit in that fair price shop is getting some commission or margin, not salary. Then it is exempt here. Clear? If he is an employee of government, straight away covered in negative list. But if he is getting commission or margin, because they will not come and sit every day, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days in a month. Correct? There will be some respective dates fixed. On those dates, they will come. So normally they get commission or margin for it. In that case, is it taxable for GST? No, guys. Next, 40. Services provided to central government, state government or union territory under insurance schemes for which total premium is paid by government. So government has taken the policy in the name of their employees and their or for their assets, whatever asset owned by the government, and full premium is paid by government. Fully exempt. Fully exempt, guys. Next, 72. Services provided to central government, state government or union territory administration under any training program for which 75% or more of the total expenditure is borne by central government, state government or union territory administration, guys. Simple. Keep it simple. And now assume our state government has approached me. I'm just giving an example. State government has approached me to give some training for government college students about income tax, GST and all. I did it and they paid me 1 lakh for it. They completely paid 1 lakh fully by their hands only. Exempt? Yes, exempt. Now assume 80,000 is paid by government and remaining 20,000 college paid me. College paid me. Exempt? Yes, full 1 lakh exempt. Next you imagine, I charge totally 1 lakh. Government paid me 70,000. 30,000 is paid by college or maybe they have collected from students. Minimum fees. Is it taxable? Yes, entire 1 lakh is taxable. 75% or more is borne by the government means exempt. Less than that means full amount is exempt. It is clarified that the free coaching services provided by coaching institution and NGO under the central scheme of scholarship for students with disabilities, where 75% or more of the expenditure is borne by government to coaching institution by way of grant in aid is covered under this entry and hence it is exempt. So this can also be done. For example, assume government approached me and told, because you do free classes for students, we will pay you. Don't charge it for students. So government approached me and they are paying me fully. Is it exempt under GST? Yes. Next, legal services. Legal services connected to RCM also. Services provided by an arbitral tribunal or partnership firm of advocates or an individual as an advocate, including senior advocate, by way of legal services. So who is the service supplier? Lawyers, practicing lawyers, okay, or firm of lawyers. Two, for whom they are giving? Any person other than business entity. If recipient is any person other than business entity, exempt. Sir, what if it is business entity? Exempt only if the turnover of the business entity in the last financial year is up to registration limit. Sir, what if the business entity's turnover in the last year is more than the threshold limit applicable for registration? RCM. RCM, guys. Next, third one. The central government, state government, union territory, local authority or government authority or government entity. If the following people are the recipients, fully exempt. Guys, please be careful. If it is business entity, check. Did they cross the turnover last year? If yes, RCM. If no, exempt. Any others, exempt. Any others, exempt. Okay. Next, note. In addition to the above, legal services provided by partnership firm of advocates or individual as an advocate other than senior advocate to an advocate or partnership firm or advocates providing legal services is also exempt. Means from one person to another person. One lawyer providing service to another lawyer, or firm of lawyers providing services to lawyer. Clear? Is it exempt, sir? Yes, provided if the supplier is a senior lawyer or advocate, it is taxable. If the supplier is a senior advocate, taxable, guys. Because of his seniority, they are taxed. Okay, I actually made simple chart. Legal services provided by arbitral tribunal or an individual lawyer or law firm. 2. Who is the recipients? First one, business entity. Check their last year turnover. Is it more than threshold limit? Yes. Means they would have registered. Yes. Is RCM applicable? Yes. Sir, what if they are unregistered? That is business entity. Their turnover is within the limit. Then exempt, guys. As per this point. As per this point, exempt. Next. Sir, services are provided by lawyer or law firm to another advocate or firm of advocates. Is it exempt? Yes, sir. But if it is provided by senior advocate, it is taxable under FCM. It is taxable under FCM, guys. That is senior advocate giving services to juniors or law firm is taxable under FCM. Then, if the recipients is any other person, including government, it is exempt. It is exempt. Whether they're registered or not doesn't matter. Sponsorship of sports event. Entry 53. Services by way of sponsorship of sporting events organized by a national sports federation or its affiliated federation, where the participating teams or individual represent any district, state, zone, or country. Next, by an association of Indian universities, Inter-University Sports Board. If any of you are part of it, you will be able to connect. School Games Federation of India, All India Sports Council for Deaf Paralympic Committee of India, or Special Olympics Bharat. By the Central Civil Services Cultural and Sports Board, as a part of National Games by the Indian Olympic Association, or for rural area they have something called as Panchayat Yuva Krida or Khel Abhiyan Yojana. Yes, sir. Especially targeted for rural areas or rural talents. Yes. Next one. Performance by an artist. Performance by an artist. Services by an artist by way of performance in folk or classical art forms of music or dance or theatre. If the consideration charged for such performance is not more than 150, that is less than or equal to 150 means exempt. Sir, what if it is more than 150? Fully taxable. Any artist here? Any artist? No. Notes. Pay attention. Notes. The activities by a performing artist in folk or classical art forms of music, dance, or theatre are exempt if the consideration is less than or equal to 150 cash. However, if the consideration from such activities exceeds 150, then entire consideration is taxable. Please keep this one thing in mind. Wherever exemption is based on monetary limit, it is exempt provided it is within that. If it is more than that, full amount would be taxable, guys. Second one. However, the exemption shall not apply to service provided by such artist as a brand ambassador. If they are providing the services as a brand ambassador, irrespective of the amount, it is fully taxable. Next, third one. Further, all other activities by an artist in other art forms, example, Western music or dance, modern theatre, performance of an actors in films or television serials would be taxable. Similarly, activities of artists in still art forms, example, painting, sculpture making, etc., are taxable. Yes, sir. Next, skill development services. Guys, it is just a small things you can go through, but still, okay, I will only read it once, okay, because just a list, but please be careful. Some small changes has happened in between this. It is not a complete amendment. Few things they are just altered. Clear? Yes. So what is it? We will see. 69. Any services provided by the National Skill Development Corporation set up by the Government of India, the National Council for Vocational Education and Training, an awarding body recognized by the National Council for Vocational Education and Training, An assessment agency recognized by the National Council for Vocational Education and Training, a training body accredited with an awarding body that is recognized by the National Council for Vocational Education and Training in relation to. So all these are whom? Suppliers. They are providing what? National Skill Development Program or any other scheme implemented by the National Skill Development Corporation or a vocational skill development course under the National Skill Certification and Monetary Reward Scheme or a national skill qualification framework aligned qualification or skill in respect of which the national course for vocational education and training has approved a qualification package. Next, entry 70. Services of assessing bodies empaneled centrally by the Directorate General of Training, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship by way of assessment under the Skill Development Initiative Scheme. Last one, entry 71. Services provided by training providers, project implementation agencies under Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, implemented by Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India by way of offering skill or vocational training courses certified by National Council for Vocational Education and Training, guys. See, actually all this nothing to explain, but still, if I also know, if I leave it for students to do, they will not do it. Clear? So that is why I am scared. Even in my regular class, I will not leave anything for students to study. We'll cover everything, whether it is boring or simple or complicated or whatever it is, we will cover it. So even in revision, I'm trying to cover everything because I know here and there if I tell, this you go through, that you go through, anta, you know the result. Clear? So at least see all this, or should I mug up the list? No, because they will not ask you to reproduce it in the exam. Explain skill development services anta. No, no. Okay, they will ask in the question. They would have mentioned as soon as you see the question, you will get an idea. Is it exempt or not? Provided you already have a knowledge of. Chalo. Tired, Yes, yes, even I am tired. Listen, it's okay, we'll push. Right to admission to various events. 79. Services by way of admission to a museum, national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserve, or zoo. Is it exempt, sir? Yes. Next, 79. Yeah, your parents would have told whenever you want to get any animals or birds for a home, they would have told, we already have at home. Already we have at home. Hope you guys have understood what they meant. 79. They would have told on face only. Nothing hidden. On face. Ayyo, neene saaku leave. 79A. Services by way of admission to a protected monument so declared under the Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958 or any of the state acts for the time being in force. Like this only, I will just share one example. In our school, during our school days, they used to take for a trip for a zoo. I asked my parents, this is what they're taking me as far as zoo and that. You are like already in the zoo only. Why are you worried and that? Okay, so all of you will act like that only. Sure. Next, 81. Services by way of right to admission to circus, dance, or theatrical performance, including drama or ballet. Award function, concert, pageant, musical performance, or any sporting event other than recognized sporting event. Recognized sporting event or planetarium. Is it always exempt? No. Where the consideration for the right to admission to the events or place as referred to in items A, B, C, this they are talking about, or D, A, B, C, D, above is not more than 5N per person, less than or equal to 5N. See, for 79A, there is no monetary limit. Only for 81 items. A, B, C, D. Okay, I have also given the image. Bannerghetta National Park. Okay, planetarium and all. Yes. Services by an unincorporated body or a non-profit entity. So the supplier is unincorporated body or non-profit entity, guys. Entry number 77. Service by an unincorporated body or non-profit entity registered under any law to its own members. So this body is providing services to their own members. by way of reimbursement of charges or share of contribution as a trade union. Trade union is a union of whom? Employees, to protect the interest of employees, or for the provision of carrying out any activity which is exempt from the levy of GST, or up to an amount of 7,500 per month per member for sourcing of goods or services from a third person for the common use for its members in a housing society or residential complex. Especially this is prevalent in apartments or complex guys, flats. They charge something called as maintenance. If the monthly maintenance is up to 7,500 or not taxable, if it is more than that, taxable per member per house. Okay. 77A. Services provided by an unincorporated body or a non-profit entity registered under any law for the time being in force engaged in activities relating to the welfare of industrial or agricultural labor or farmers, or promotional of trade, commerce, industry, agricultural, arts, science, literature, culture, sports, education, social welfare, charitable activities, and protection of environment to its own members against a consideration in the form of membership fee up to 1,000 rupees per member per year, not per month, per year. Exempt. If it is more than that, taxable. The last list. Other exempt services, all miscellaneous are covered here. Services by way of transfer of going concern as a whole or independent part thereof. When we were discussing schedule 1 and all, we had put this point. Even in schedule 2 also I have told. Transfer of entire undertaking as a going concern, that is sale. Is it a transfer? No. Is it a supply? No. It is exempt here. They have clearly given it is a exempt, guys. Next, 12. Services by way of renting of residential dwelling connected to RCM also. Residential dwelling for use as residence, except where residential dwelling is rented to a registered person. Guys, if tenant is registered, RCM. If tenant is not registered, exempt. It is exempt. Explanation they gave, that is for sole proprietor, they gave some explanation. Listen here. For the purpose of exemption under this entry shall cover services by way of renting of residential dwelling to a registered person where the registered person is from proprietor of a proprietorship concern and rents the residential dwelling in his personal capacity for use of his residence, and such renting is on his own account and not that of proprietorship concern. Very simple, guys. Actually, I literally fall in this case. See, assume I am registered under GST. I am a tenant. I have taken the house for rent. Now I am staying along with my family in a house. I am registered under GST. I am using it for my personal capacity. Sir, is RCM applicable? No. They told no. RCM is not applicable. Guys, RCM they told if tenant is registered, GST is applicable. But here they are telling if tenant is a sole proprietor, registered for its business or profession under GST, but now whatever property has taken is for his personal purpose, RCM is not. RCM is not applicable. Now listen. Sir, what if a tenant is a company or AOP or BOI? They have taken the house for their members to stay, for their shareholders to stay, or for employees, RFA. They have provided RFA for employees to stay. Is it taxable under RCM? Yes. RCM is applicable. RCM is applicable. Okay. So next, explanation 2 is an amendment newly added. Nothing contained in this entry shall apply to accommodation services for students in students' residences like hostel and all. Why they excluded here, sir? Because they have added a new entry for it, 12A. They have added a new entry for it. Can you observe all the amendments I have given in italics? Can you feel the difference? Illa sir, ella onde tarasa kaantide sir. Okay, and I am also mentioning it. You guys also can put some star or anything. But amendments everywhere, both in my direct tax as well as indirect tax, guys, I would have highlighted in italics. Okay. Next, accommodation services provided by the hostel, camps, paying guest, that is PG, and the like. Is it exempt as per entry 12? No. But they have added a separate entry for it, 12 here. We will see it. Okay. So in simple, guys, for this entry, what is the clarity, sir? Give us clarity, sir. Thus, renting of residential dwelling either by a registered person or unregistered person, means owner is registered or unregistered, for use as a residence to an unregistered person is exempt. Means if tenant is unregistered, exempt. Okay. Next, see, are we talking about registration of the supplier, owner? No. We are talking about registration of whom? Tenant. Registered means RCM, not registered means exemption. Renting of residential dwelling for use as resident to a registered person, that is tenant, other than the proprietor, because for proprietor it is exempt for personal capacity. Covered in explanation above, as well as renting of residential dwelling for commercial use to a registered or unregistered person is liable to GST. If it is what they have covered here is only residential dwelling. Sir, what if it is a commercial space? Taxable. It is taxable. Just so. Further, tax on renting of residential dwelling to a registered person is payable by a registered person under reverse charge. Whether such residential dwelling is being used for commercial or residential purpose. So, now listen here. Here, residential dwelling given for residence is exempt. But under RCM, they didn't put it like that. Renting of residential dwelling is taxable under RCM if the tenant is registered under GST. Now, if residential dwelling is used for residence or commercial, is it taxable under RCM if tenant is registered? Yes. But here exemption is only if residential property is used for residence, exempt. Clear? In RCM, they didn't use this word. They just told renting of residential dwelling to registered person taxable under RCM. Now that registered person is using for residence purpose, not for residence, RCM is applicable. 12A, new entry. Supply of accommodation services having value of supply less than or equal to 20,000 per person per month, provided that the accommodation services is supplied for a minimum continuous period of 90 days, that is at least 3 months. Then it is exempt. Sir, what if it is only for 1 month, 2 months, 15 days? Taxable. It is taxable, guys. Next, 19C, satellite launch services, exempt. 22. Services by way of giving on hire. You may get confused. Please listen. Pay attention here. Services by way of giving on hire. State 2. A state transport undertaking, a motor vehicle meant to carry more than 12 passengers. Assume, guys, I am renting out a bus for KSRTC, state government undertaking. I am renting a bus to KSRTC. Clear? Is it exempt? Yes, for me it is exempt. Next, to a local authority, an electrically operated vehicle meant to carry more than 12 passengers. Obviously, more than 12 means bus. Now, I am letting electric bus for BMTC, local authority in Bangalore. Is it exempt, sir? Yes. Sir, it is a petrol or diesel bus, sir. Exempt? No, taxable. Only electric bus. Whereas first case, KSRTC, any bus? Any bus. Okay. See, I am using the word bus. They didn't use the word bus. They told to carry more than 12 passengers. So it is understood it is bus. Okay. If it is a car or any cab and all, is it taxable, sir? Yes. Next, to a goods transport agency, a means of transportation of goods. Now, GTA providing service we already seen. Now, this GTA doesn't own the vehicle. They are taking it on rent and giving it for customers. So, in that case, whatever, I assume I am giving vehicle for rent for GTA. For me, is it exempt? Yes. Now, GTA is using this and giving transportation service to people. Now, is it taxable or not? Exempt, RCM, everything we already covered. Next, motor vehicle for transport of students, faculty, and staff to a person providing services of transportation of students, faculty, and staff to an educational institution, providing services by way of preschool education and education up to higher secondary school or equivalent. Sir, what is it? Listen, guys. Now, I am Vikas is providing transportation service to a school up to 12. Up to 12. Is it exempt? Yes, this is exempt. Now, I don't own a vehicle. I don't own a bus. I have taken the bus on rent. I have taken a bus on rent from whom? Assume Sheila. I have taken the bus on rent from Sheila. Now, Sheila has provided transportation service to Vikas. Vikas is in turn providing transportation services to school. This anyway we have covered it as exempt. Sir, is this also exempt, sir? Yes. Even this is exempt. See, two possibilities there. Sir, Vikas himself owns the bus and is providing transportation service. Is providing transportation service. Exempt. Next, sir, he is taking the bus on rent from Sheila. Providing transportation services to school. Is it exempt, sir? Yes, exempt. Now, Sheila is providing transportation service to Vikasna. Is that also exempt? Yes. Chain is exempt. Clear, provided this is a school. Oh, what if it is a college? What if it is a ICL? Not exempt, because this is also taxable. This also will become taxable. Next, 23rd. Services by way of access to the road or bridge on payment of toll charges. Toll charges are already fire. Okay, on that GST is applicable? No, no, sir. 25. Transmission distribution of electricity by an electricity transmission or distribution utility is exempt, but the following is not exempt. However, in this regard, CBSE has clarified that the other services provided by DISCOMs, that is distribution companies, to consumer against the charges are liable to GST. Which are those? Application fee for releasing connection of electricity, rental charges against metering equipment, testing fee for meters or transformers or capacitors, etc. Then labor charges from customers for shifting of meters or shifting of service lines. Then charges for duplicate bill. All these are liable for GST, guys. Next, 25A new entry. How many new entries are? Yes, there are. Supply of services by way of providing metering equipment on rent, testing for meters, transformers, capacitors, etc. Releasing electricity connections, shifting meters, service lines, issuing duplicate bills, etc., which are incidental or ancillary to supply of transmission and distribution of electricity provided by electricity transmission and distribution utilities to their consumers is exempt. One more new entry, 44A. Research and development services against consideration received in the form of grants supplied by, who is the supplier? Government entity or a research association, university, college or other institution. Grant is given by whom? Government entity or research association, university, college or other institution notified under clauses 2, 3, subsection 1 of section 35. The condition is this. The condition to be fulfilled in this case is that research association, university, college or other institution notified under clause 2 or clause 3 or subsection 1 of section 35 of Income Tax Act 1961 is so notified. Notified means approved. At the time of supply of research and development service. Even in income tax we learned, when I am contributing to outsiders, even though it is not related to my business, can I claim it as deduction under section 35 under the PGBP? Yes, provided the receiver is approved. So here also, guys, the research association is providing some research services, and in return what are they getting? Grant. They are getting grant. Is it liable for GST, sir? No, they are not liable for GST. And one more thing, guys, especially in exemption and all, in between there are a lot of amendments, new entry. I have arranged everything in the order like however my regular study material will be there or how my revision material is there. But if at all, if any of you want the soft copy of only amendments arranged in chapter wise. See, this is already available freely on our website. You can just check it out under free resources. It's already uploaded there for both direct tax, indirect tax. If at all, if you want to refer to only amendments, you can check it out there. No, sir, I can refer to revision material or provision book. Have you already covered amendments? Definitely yes. But some students assume they want to just go through only amendments once or study once. For them, it will be useful. So you can make use of the soft copy available there only for amendment. Next, 49. Services by way of collecting or providing news by an independent journalist, Press Trust of India or United News of India. Now assume I am working as an independent journalist. Whatever information I get, I share it with the news channel. They pay for me. Is it exempt? Yes. Sir, what if I am an employee of a particular news channel? Then covered in negative list. Covered in negative list. I am not employee. I am an independent journalist. Next, 50. Services of public libraries by way of lending of books, publications or any other knowledge enhancing content or material is exempt. Next, 52. And see, some of the students coming to this public library and all. See, guys, some of the students might not be comfortable studying at home because of the environment or disturbance, whatever it might be. Find a nearby library for you, if at all, if you have that opportunity. Definitely, there will be one or the other public libraries, free libraries, where you can make use of it. Clear. So, especially when there are siblings at the home or children's at home, or maybe one or the other disturbance is there at home, you are not able to concentrate for a long time. Or else at some, I have seen students telling, sir, if I am at home, they will call for that work, this work, that work, they will keep on assigning me the work, sir. Then better go for a library. I used to follow this, especially for my finals. I had a niece. Okay, so disturbance, not kind of disturbance, we cannot avoid a few things. Okay, pop up. We cannot tell them anything also. So what I used to do is I used to go early morning for a library. There we will not get seats also. Some demand would be there, especially during exam time. So you have to go early morning. There will be timings. So I guess our library in Bangalore was 8:30. So 8:30 sharp I used to be there. I used to pack all lunch, snacks, everything, fruits, everything I used to pack and go there. And only when library is closing, they used to tell, Anna, Vagana, please go and only then I used to go home back. Clear? So there is to be time till what time the library will be open. Till then I used to study there, and the environment also will be really good. It will support. Now you also want to talk. You also want to use phone. Put music. Dinchak, dinchak, dinchak. There, others will start staring at you. Others will start staring at you. Okay. At least for that you will be remaining silent and steady. And that is very good. When you see other people around you studying, you will automatically fall in love with the book. Yeah. Now assume you go for a park or film theater. You see what you get motivated there. Yeah. So library you can make use of it. It depends, guys. No, sir. In my home only it is completely comfortable for me. Very good. If not, then library. Okay. There also don't go with your friends chit chat and waste the time. Okay. There is a purpose why you go. Please make sure you serve it. Or else, I guess for you guys, you can come and study here also. If the classrooms are free, make use of it. Make use of it, guys. Clear? So that is your schools or colleges. If opportunity is provided, you can go and study there. Yeah. And see, now one of the student also was asking me, sir, give us a strategy how exactly you used to study, how you used to implement and all. See, guys, you are study now. Actually, you have to study for minimum 12, 14, 15 hours during the exam time. I'm telling you. So try to divide it into different interval, guys. For example, morning you will wake up at some time. From then to, for example, let us take 6 o'clock. 6 to 6:30, you will finish all the morning procedure. 6:30 you will sit. Maybe till 8:30 you will study. 8:30 to 9 breakfast. Then after breakfast again don't have break. Okay, thinking, sir, I will watch movie, I will watch this. Exam time crucial. Okay, if it is some other time, just your first preparation and all, I would have told, okay, take it and that. Because during first study and all, even if you study 4, 5, 6 hours, would have been more than enough. But now it is not like that. Yeah. So this is especially during exam time, guys. Like 1 month during before the exam, how do you study? So 8:30 to 9, I'm just giving you time plus minus you can do it depending upon your schedule. Some people will wake up at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock also. You design it. Okay. Yes. So then again you will sit at 9 o'clock. Half an hour is much more than enough, guys. Assume you have it for 20 minutes, 10 minutes is a break. Maybe walk or anything, or you talk to your parents. Next, again you will sit from 9, maybe from 9 to 11, 11:30 you will study. Again a small break of 15, 20 minutes. Maybe coffee, tea, snacks, something. Again you sit, study till 1, 1:30. Have a lunch break. Okay, and if you need, especially if you woke up very early in the morning, like 4, 5 and all, have a small nap. Have a small nap in the afternoon. Small, I am telling. Okay, because I know you will get extended at that. So, so then again you will start. Maybe around 3, 4 you will again start after a nap, depending upon how long you take it. So you'll again start now, especially post lunch, guys. Try to solve questions. Solve questions. Okay, whatever you would have studied in the morning or some other subjects. As you have studied theory in the morning. In the late afternoon or post afternoon, you take some numerical accounts, costing, tax, solve some questions. Okay. Then again till 6:30 you will study. Have a small tea break or snacks break. And even during this time, you can talk to your parents. Okay, something general. Or else, no, sir, about the subject I want to talk, choose one right person. Okay, don't choose wrong person. There also your mood will get hampered. Clear? Maybe the friend who is as serious as you. Talk to them what they have covered, what they have studied, what you have done. Try to talk to them maybe for 5, 10 minutes or 50. Don't make it 1 hours together and all. Have a small conversation and tell next what start. Then again for 8:39, depending upon your dinner time and all. Now people prefer to have it very early and all. So you have lunch again. Don't sleep off directly. So study for some more time or try to recall. Use the revision book or the chart book and revise whatever you would have done for the entire day. Just in 1.5 hour. Just quickly go through. Okay. May not be completely, guys. Some important things will be there. Na? Just glance that. That's all. Then you sleep. Sleeping time depends on you guys again because it is always subjective. Some students will tell, sir, I am a night person. I will study night. Okay. Some people will tell, sir, I am a morning person. I will wake up morning and study. If you have woke up morning, then you have to, again, if you wake up, assume 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe you have to go for a bed early. No, sir, I will wake up late means then you stretch your night time. Stretch your night time. So you guys prepare a proper timetable. Okay, now I told some approximate time. You put a proper plan. You will wake up at this much time is have to. Okay, don't even give an option for alarm. Sir, 6 o'clock, alarm is 6 o'clock. 6:10 no, 6:50 no, 6:20 no, 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 no. 6 means 6. Be very punctual and put a proper timetable. Guys, putting timetable is not important. Executing it is important. Everyone will put timetable, but how many will follow? That is very limited. Yeah, so please stick to it. Now you may give hundreds of reasons, guys. Sir, that too, this so that happened, oh, this happened. Oh. Guys, ultimately only one thing you have to pass CA. That's all. I have told you, I guess. You have only two statements at the end to make. Sir, I cleared CA in spite of dash 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 dash. You will have reasons. Or else, sir, I couldn't clear CA because of so. Guys, do this. The first page of your notebook or last page of your notebook, keep on writing the reasons. What all hard shifts you have followed or you have encountered in this journey. Definitely you would have faced some challenges. Clear? Or else you would have overcome that. Make a note of all that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. On the result day, just have a look into all that. You will feel super proud about it. In spite of all this, I did it. Clear? So for no person, the journey will be easy, guys. But you don't take it as a reason. Don't take it as a reason to skip and run away. You have to be in the game till the last moment. We don't know when the game will change. Clear? So, sir, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, will it contribute? Definitely, every day will contribute to your successful results, guys. Make sure that every day you are in the game. 1 day here and there. I gave an example of cricket also. Sir, New Zealand players dropped here and there 1 or 2 catches. They dropped the match only. Clear, sir. 50 overs match, sir. One ball will decide the match. Yes, one ball will decide the match. Clear. For a batsman, maybe not. One ball, they have to play 300 balls. Correct. Last, if it is a last slog overs, maybe one ball also will matter. One ball, 4 runs, 5 runs. That will also matter. Whereas for fielding team, 1 wicket, 1 catch also will cost them the match. Clear. So for you guys also, it is like that. 1 day, 1 class will also matter. Now, sir, Sunday class, sir. Sir, why, sir? In one class, I would have covered something minimum 10 to 15 marks. In revision, I am telling you. So you guys know if you miss out that, what you have missed. Clear? See, nothing wrong. Spending time with family is always good. But you should have right time for right things. When what is important. Guys, I don't want to comment on anything, but please make sure that this 30 days or whatever time is left as on today for you guys is only study time. Rest all will have importance only after the exam. As on today, for you, nothing else except CA is important. Studies. Only focus on that. Because I am telling you, small things, if you miss out also, you have seen literally your friends only, someone would have come to the closer and missed it. I spoke to few people, they told, sir, 144, 145 we have gotten that. Just imagine another 1 day or maybe 2 days would have put them to the other side. I'm not telling they didn't put efforts on that. Definitely 144 is not easy to get. Okay. Maybe they fell short of 1 day or 2 day or one chapter or two chapter or one question I can tell. One question I have decided their fate, guys. One question. In one subject, not in all subject I am telling. In one question, in one subject I have decided. Now just imagine to just do that or cover that, how long they would have taken? Maybe one day, half day. But because of that, again repetition. Clear? No student should be in that position, because even I feel very bad for it, for them. Why? To accept it and come back and give again the best from zero is not so easy. Clear? But you guys are doing it great. But the thing is, don't come in that situation, is what I feel, what I suggest. Clear? Don't be in that margins. Try to target above 16 every paper, guys. Every paper. And now coming to again study strategy. See, now in the morning, what should I study? Night, what should I study? Again, students doubt. Morning, I prefer studying theory. In evening or afternoon or night, I prefer solving questions or numerical papers. Clear? Yes, sir. Now, see here, now it is crucial time, study time. Highly, you have to focus only on studies. I cannot tell you any other things, because if it is a regular study and all, there will be another different strategy. We will not study for 12, 14 hours and all this. Clear? Now, sir, how many hours should I study? Guys, only during exam I am telling you. Even I used to study only 3 hours, 4 hours a day during class time. Okay, during exam time, obviously we don't have anything except studying. Okay. Sir, how many hours we have to study? 12 to 14 hours is what is required. Sir, can I do it? Yes, you can do it. How many hours in a day? 24. Okay, na? 24 only, na? Hello? Okay. You have 24 only, na? I have 24, you also have 24. Okay. 24 hours. Minus sleep time? 7 hours. Okay, sir. Standard. 8 hours. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ 8 I cannot focus. Go for it. Okay, see, because if you are not having proper sleep, even if you are sitting in front of book, that is sleeping time only. Okay, so whatever your body requires, 7 6 8 give it, it's okay. Okay, then I am taking 7 standard hours, so 7 sleeping time, then breakfast to lunch to dinner, all these things I am considering it as 3 hours. Break time, how much is left? Can't you study? Definitely it is possible. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಟೈಮು, ಟಿವಿ ಟೈಮು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಇಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. Okay, so sir, all this is not there for now. No TV, maybe TV okay for some time. Mobile ಅಂತೂ ಬೇಡ. Mobile okay, but social media not okay. Okay, and that also for few minutes okay, but I know if it is few minutes you will extend it to hours. And avoid it now, guys. Now, after exam you go sleep with that only. Okay, sir, night full usage do okay, but now at least avoid. Now at least avoid, guys, to some extent. Okay, 14 hours you can make it, guys. Okay, each ache 1 hour, sir. Okay, 12, 13 at least. Yes, you can do it. Plan for it, put a timetable, execute it. Where were we? Library. Mugitante. 52. Services by an organizer to any person in respect of business exhibition held outside India. Exempt, sir. Next, 57. Services by way of, this is something connected to agriculture also. Services by way of preconditioning, pre-cooling, ripening, waxing, retail packing, labeling of fruits and vegetables which do not change or alter the essential characteristics of the said fruits or vegetables. Next, 58. Services provided by National Center for Cold Chain Development under Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare by way of cold chain knowledge dissemination. Both of this connected to agriculture, exempt, guys. Next, services by a foreign diplomatic mission located in India, foreign embassies. Next, 65A. Services by way of providing information under RTI Act, that is right to information. You can also apply for your copies through RTI, very minimum. I have already told you, if at all, if you couldn't clear it in the last attempt, but still you had a confidence that you will clear, please get your copies. Please get your copies, refer it along with or compare it with along with suggested answers and see where you have gone wrong, where you can improve for the coming attempt, guys. 68. Services provided to a recognized sports body by. Okay. The recipient is recognized sports body. Who is the supplier? An individual as a player, referee, umpire, coach, or team manager for participation in sporting event organized by recognized sports body. Guys, please be careful. Everyone are not covered here. Or another sports body. That is recognized sports body giving services to another recognized sports body. Okay. However, services by individuals such as selectors, commentators, Ravi Sastri, Asha Bogle, are they getting paid for whatever they do? Yes. Is it exempt? No. Curators, that is the people who make the pitch ready. Technical experts are taxable. The service of a player to a franchisee, sir, IPL, which is not a recognized sports body, is also taxed. Clear? This people, the players will represent the respective franchise in Bangalore, RCB, CSK, or whichever team. Is it exempt under GST? No, guys. Papa, they will not only represent the team, they will act whatever. They will also participate in any advertisement, all these things, and they earn from that also. Is it exempt from GST? No. Now, what is recognized sports body, sir? Recognized sports body means the Indian Olympic Association, Sports Authority of India, and National Sports Federation recognized by Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs of central government and its affiliate federations. National Sports Promotion Organization recognized by Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs of the central government. Last one. Services by way of public conveniences such as provision of facilities of bathroom, washrooms, lavatories, urinal or toilets. In simple, public toilets. Public toilets when you go, sir, normally it is free actually. Correct? But still, sometimes some people will be sitting by 2 and they will be charging. Did they charge along with GST? No. It is exempt. It is exempt. Yes, guys. So exemption chapter we are finally done with. We have taken 2.5 hours. Content is like that. Content is like that. I know by now you would have already felt, sir, break, sir, that too, sir, this, so and that. Without your knowledge, you extended in one sitting for 2.5 hours. I made you to sit. If I had asked your opinion, let us take a break in between and continue later, you would have told yes. You would have told yes. I didn't ask because I knew the answer already. So you stretch, guys. You somewhere feel tired. You feel, oh, sir, not enough for me. Is it enough now? No, no, no. Try to stretch. Maybe another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. You will do it. You will crack it. It is difficult for you means it is difficult for me also. But we have done it together. That means we can do it, guys. If assume next chapter I am making you to sit for 3 hours, 4 hours, you will sit. Sir, which chapter, sir? No chapter is like that, but I'm just telling you. Yeah, so try to push yourself, guys. You will always deliver the best. Now let us take a break.